What is up, everybody? Welcome to Sandlot Gaming's Dungeons and Dragons. We are running through the Tomb of Annihilation module in Dungeons and Dragons 5e. This is our 30th episode of our second season of playing, and we are kind of starting anew here. We've had some trouble with this module. This module is basically in kind of a meat grinder mode, and we've had some problems getting through it. We had a TPK a couple weeks ago, so we're picking up with a new party this week. The way it stands is we are now outside of a tomb, housing a lich who we believe has put a death curse on the land of Faerun, starting here in Chult. We need to get in there. We need to kill this lich. We need to find the soulmonger, which is a device he's using to cause this death curse, and save the day, and everybody's happy. Yay. That's how the module ends. We'll see if we can actually get there. We're starting this week with a new party, so let's run through it here. We've got a Tempest Cleric, a Paladin, an Oath of the Ancients Paladin, an Abjuration Wizard, a Sorcerer, and a Rogue. So let's jump into the chat and see what everybody's up to.
It's all been, this is, figure this out.
Figuring out the strategy.
Your
Nick,
voice
you keep
coming in and
cutting
out
out
of it.
pretty aggressively.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe lower the threshold in your mic.
All right, boys, we're good to go.
Wait, hold on. Are we
Good to
all
go?
getting our microphone into view here? Is that what's happening?
That sounds gross.
It's
They missed that field goal? Oh my god, my kicker missed the field goal. Unbelievable.
that's what happens when you don't invest in kickers.
That's just,
All right,
What
are we
happened to the Western
ready to
kickers?
rock and roll?
this week, man. My team.
Let's go.
All right. Does everybody remember that
No.
you're level 8 now?
Oh,
yeah.
that I remember. Nothing else though.
Ah, so that is where the tomb is. Guys, we made it.
No, that's actually not.
I actually did not remember that I'm 8, but I can remedy that quickly.
Yeah,
Didn't
so
we
if you
see
guys-
it? Didn't we see it earlier?
So don't worry.
Well,
Let us
actually,
tell a story, damn it.
we never did. Sorry.
So we're starting. I'm starting off from where you guys ended last week. So, all right. So Finthaza's rebellion was unsuccessful for her, but your goal has been achieved. Ras Nasi is dead. As you make your way north from the palace through the flooded streets of Omu, you pass once again by Papazottle's shrine. The stench of the decomposing bodies of the giant crocodiles you fought there still linger in the air.
Damn, that would have been a fun fight.
Moving westward, you see the scouts of the kobold sorcerer Kakarol peering from the shadows. They honor your truce and give you a wide berth. I made all this up.
It's all the story that you.
We diplomatically worked out a truce. That does not sound like us at all.
No, that never happened.
No,
That wasn't our previous party.
This is the A team, guys. So we are diplomatic. We are diplomatic AF.
Which one of their houses did we break into and have to win a
Can
trial?
your team name just AF?
You guys can decide what you want.
The AF
All right,
team.
So finally, after nearly 2 hours, you arrive at the entrance of the Tomb of the Nine Gods at the base of the northern cliffs.
My god,
So
we
is
were
that
right
right?
there.
That's what I'm saying.
That's where we
Zagmira.
almost descended the cliff. We could have been there so much faster.
Oh yeah. I was like, oh, that would be interesting if you guys descended the cliffs right there.
Just skip it.
You just skipped
Oh,
over.
there it is.
Oh,
Question.
well, I guess we're here then.
Dead bodies of people on the floor.
Hold on. And you're still breaking up quite a bit, Nick.
Sorry.
Zagmira and a flight of red wizards wait for you here, as promised. At least a dozen red wizards and another dozen mercenaries and attaches have made camp here, a few hundred feet from the cliffs.
Hold up.
Behind the camp,
Are we with the Red Wizards or are we with Camp Vengeance?
oh yeah, remind me, which one is it?
Thought we said Camp
The
Vengeance.
ladder. Yeah.
Camp Vengeance? Okay, well...
So
at
if
least-
they're here, fireball, Zigmundo.
Yeah, get him, now's the time.
Anytime he says Red Wizard, can't mention for the purpose of the story.
So at least a dozen of the Camp Vengeance soldiers and another dozen mercenaries and attaches have made camp here a few hundred feet from the cliffs. Behind the camp, only a few yards away from the cliffs, a 15-foot obelisk of cracked stone is draped with vines and black moss. There you see a lone scribe feverishly jotting down transcriptions, despite the heavy chains weighing down his limbs. Beyond the obelisk, you see a dark passageway obscured by withered creepers. A second, smaller tunnel burrows into the base of a cliff to the east. Commander Breakbone rises from the seat
Breakbone.
near the camp. He sees you as you arrive towards the camp and approach, and motions for you to join him closer to the obelisk. He approaches the scribe there at the obelisk, looks over his shoulder to review the work there. He motions for you to approach. You get closer to the obelisk, and you see 3 stone gargoyles watching you from narrow ledges carved into the cliffside. Each has the face of a bearded devil, its mouth agape, and a silent scream. Satisfied with the scribe's progress, Commander Breakbone turns his attention back to you. You've returned. Do you have the last cube?
Yep.
Yes, we do, Breakbone. Here we go.
Okay, he takes. So let's say that Jeremy had it. So Breakbone takes the cube from you and kind of looks over it and kind of nods, pulls out a sack, and you can see kind of all the cube-like shapes kind of protruding from the sack. Kind of drops in, yoink, into the sack. Says, well, from what this scribe says, you have everything you need. We all have everything we need for this tomb.
Well, now you have what you. We have our payment.
You cut out again.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll try talking. That'll help. So you have what you need.
Still breaking up.
Ah! I don't even know where to begin to try to fix that.
Maybe in the settings, knock down your gate.
My gate.
Like if it's auto sensing for your volume.
Yeah, bring the sensor down a little bit.
Hey, well, he's working on that, Troy. I have one question.
Okay, is that better?
Yep.
Yeah.
What was over in that like amphitheater area to the left? Did we ever go there?
You never went there.
The puppet show.
Well, it's your puppet show. It's gonna be your puppet show.
It is gonna be. We're gonna have to do a puppet show, Nick.
All right, Breakbone. You have
Something
what you need.
really cool though. I'll tell you that.
All right, Breakbone. So you have what you need.
Maybe we'll hit it on
Yeah,
the
what do we need? Do you have what we need? Do you have our payment?
The payment, as we agreed upon, will be delivered to you in Port Nine Zaru after we've made it to the bottom of this godforsaken tomb.
Okay. Oh, right. That was the agreement. I thought the agreement was we just brought you the cubes. My bad, man.
God, I got so many hit points.
Okay, so when are we gonna go? So, do your men need to camp before we go down into the tombs?
We are rested, but you all look like you've seen a rough few days. If you need to rest, we can rest here in the camp.
Yeah, this place is the worst.
Well, don't we get basically reset on a level up?
Do you?
We long rested though, right?
We do.
We long rested.
Honestly, I was basically planning that you guys would long rest here.
At the end of
That's
the
fine.
last time, you said, "Okay,
No,
you're
you know what? All right, that's great. Why don't we do this? Why don't? Okay, all right, Breakbone. Us and your men will work together, and we'll come up with a strategy as we go into the tomb, and we can camp here while we go over the details of our strategy going forward.
Okay.
Enter
So-
a long rest.
Yeah. So when I said that you guys would get a long rest, I basically meant this.
Oh,
Okay.
My plan was that you
All right.
guys would get to the tomb, rest for the night, and then because it's late in the evening, I would assume that you'd want to rest and then go into the tomb in the
Okay.
morning.
So here's the strategy. We should send in as many meat shield paladins as we can into each new room. Keep one back so he can tell us what killed the other ones. And then move it back.
All right. So in the morning, the Commander Breakbone kind of huddles everybody, together, your group and a few of the leaders that those that are survived, because there was enormous losses during the battle with the Red Wizards. And
Yeah, there were. Like
but
our
of
entire
the-
previous party.
of the leadership that remains, he summons you all together and says, "While you were gone, we poked around a bit, and well, there are some statues in that alcove to the east, and a doorway in the entrance way to the north that looks like the stone cubes might be able to fit into. We're not certain. The scribe has told us that we would need all 9 to proceed."
Well, let's go dump them in there then.
So he holds out the sack of cubes to you all and says, "You have reinforcements here in the camp, but I would suggest you and your team find the entrance, find the way in, and let us know if you need some help."
We'll probably
Holds
need
it out
help.
so that
Shouldn't we
somebody
at
else
least
can-
all go in at once?
How would we let you know that?
He suggests that you could come back out and ask for the help.
It would be easier if the help came with us.
He reminds you that he doesn't know how to get inside the tomb.
Yeah, well, neither
The
do
door
we.
is closed.
Huh?
Somebody's got to figure it out, and I
What
think
about-
your group is
how about how
more
about your
likely to figure it
slave?
out than ours.
All right. Well, let's
How about
go.
your slave over there? What does he know? What does he think about getting into the cave, getting into this tomb?
He motions over and says, "Let's go check." He's been transcribing this obelisk for quite a while.
Oh, he's worth his
and
weight in gold. Should know something by now if he's a good slave.
So he
Claim
motions
what
you
you think.
over, and
Is he a slave?
and, as you guys
I think
approach,
Camp Vengeance has slaves. I got to be honest. It seems
Alright. Seems like
unpaladin-y.
just-
he calls out, "Orvex, these folks here
Oh,
want to know."
Arvex made it out. Good for him.
That's right. How
Did
do
you
we
really not know that was who that was?
Wow. I just figured it was somebody else.
Thank God, Orvex, man. Guy's got 9 lives.
It's awesome.
Is
We
there
didn't
Eric
talk to
Koa
him.
with him?
There's not. So Orvex, this group wants to know what you've learned from this obelisk, and the scribe kind of turns to you timidly, and he looks very thin and a bit worse for the wear.
Yeah, he's had a
He
bad
says,
one.
he says, I have been able to clear off some of this obelisk, and I've been able to translate something that was written here. And let me go ahead. I think I have a handout for this.
Is he wearing a cape that may look like he can breathe well? Under
That's what I was gonna ask
Are there
too.
any
He is not.
chickens in the area?
I'm looking for pieces of a rubber chicken.
May not have been the first thing he pulled out of the rubble.
I have mending again. I can keep going.
Checking your LinkedIn.
Is there a wand with some knobby things on it?
Yes. All right. Here we go.
All right, that's a lot of text.
So he writes this down for you and hands it to one of you, and says, "Here's what I've learned that it says. It says, fear the night when the Forsaken One seizes death's mantle, and the seas dry up, and the dead rise, and I, Acererak, the Eternal, reap the world of the living. Those who dare enter take heed. The enemies oppose. One stands between them. In darkness it hides. Don the mask or be seen. Speak no truth to the doomed child. The keys turn on the inside only."
Hang on. Is this going to remain as a handout?
Yes.
Not going to take a screen capture then.
Ugh,
Okay.
I-
So what does
undead
this
in
mean?
their riddles.
He says, I'm not sure, but I do know that or the scribe turns to you and says, "I'm not sure, but Acererak, from what I've learned in the journals here in Omu, has been known to travel across the multiverse and delights in tricking adventurers into trap-filled dungeons of his own design.
Super.
That's wonderful. I
Yeah.
love traps.
No time like the prison, I guess. And I'll approach the puzzle cube nook.
Hey, Orvex, your name is?
Yes, my name is Orvex.
How long have you been working on this scribe to figure this information out?
Oh, well, I've had a multitude of employers over the last few months. With Commander Breakbone here, it's been maybe oh gosh, the time has escaped me, but maybe a month since he came into the city and took care of those nasty red wizards. And I keep telling him that I wasn't working for them, that they had enslaved me, but he doesn't trust me. So when he rattles the chains, so I'm stuck with these.
Okay. What is the arrangement that we made with Breakbone in terms of him hiring us?
So he hired you all to descend into the tomb of the 9 gods, and to he had learned through basically what your prior party had told him, as well as when he arrived in Omu, talked to Orvex here. He had learned about Acererak. He had learned about the source of the death curse being deep within the tomb. That it was something called the Soulmonger that the Red Wizards were seeking, that is causing it. So he's basically hired you on as a mercenary group to descend within it and to destroy the Soulmonger.
Right. Are there any particular details about our employment? Like, is there a reward? Like, what is the payment?
Yeah.
I think it's not so much the backstory. It's more the particulars about our contract, so to speak, just so I can.
Sure.
So
he promised
thirsty.
He promised you a bunch of gold.
Bunch of gold. Is that literally the word? Is that just a bunch of gold?
There is a more specific
bunch.
number, but
You'll find out.
you'd have to look at the contract.
One bunch.
Or your character may not find out. More likely.
We promise you the amount of gold
Cart ahead of
in
horse.
bird houses.
Yeah, it'll be so some months from now anyway. So maybe try to grab Orvex.
No, that's what I was trying to do, is see if there was any kind of like clause, like what, like, are we supposed to do all the work? Is he going to help us give his men?
He's willing to help, but his as he's told you in the past, his group has had several rough one being one of his camps that was overrun. Then he was
By zombies?
accosted by the exactly at one of his original camps. And then on the travel south from the second camp to Omu, there was a battle with the Red Wizards.
Yeah.
And then finally there was a major battle throughout the city of Omu that took several days as they basically took battle to the Red Wizards, and eventually were able to destroy most of the Red Wizards, and the remaining Red Wizards fled.
Okay.
And so they have very few left. I mean, they've got maybe 20 or so in the entire group at this point.
So
and many of them are very injured. So they're willing to help, but they look to you all as the most capable.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Breakbones, when we go into this dungeon, when we go down and open this tomb and start working our way through, is it possible that we can take your Orvex here to help us solve any kind of riddles or any kind of things that we might, lore that we'll learn as we go through this tomb?
Yeah, I mean, we don't keep slaves. He's a prisoner. But if you'll find him
prisoner.
If you'll find him useful, then yes.
Consider it a work release.
Okay. We would like to unbind his chains if that's possible.
He said, it's your decision. If that's what you want, so be it. And
I'm sure we're more than capable of handling him.
He fishes through a keychain, grabs a key, and chink, chink, and the chains drop off of Orvex, and you see Orvex kind of rubbing against the sores that have appeared on his wrists and ankles. Thank you. I think my services would be best delivered out here where it's safer. I'm not very martially adept. I don't know that I can help you much in the tomb, but if you wanted to bring me anything, I would gladly help transcribe it or translate it.
Well, we're not going to go into the tomb and then run out here every time we need something transcribed. But we'll bring you with us. We'll do what we can to keep you safe. You stay out of our way. But I don't think that's us trying to run back out to the tomb just because we found a piece of paper is a good use of our time.
Well, we'll keep you towards the back. I think you'll be most useful with us, but no reason you shouldn't be well taken care of, and you shouldn't have to fight.
Oh, not again.
What? I'm sure nothing will possibly go wrong.
I have now decided that Orvex is C-3PO.
he'll be in every campaign.
Yes.
Oh my god, that would really be, that would be so great.
Oh dear.
Like, he magically just never dies, never gets taken hostage, or if he does, he's never hurt.
Okay. All right, gentlemen. Well, let's strategize what we want to do when we get into the tomb. Let's get our good night's rest. It's going to be a long couple of days, as I imagine. So, drink up.
So we're gonna take a long rest here.
Yeah.
You guys already took the long rest.
Oh,
This
okay.
is this is the next morning.
So
Alright, you guys are-
that sucks because I could swap to a spell that might be helpful. Like
No,
Find
you
Trap.
could have done that. Feel free to have done that.
Okay. Cool.
And this is kind of so again, you guys are all level 8, and this is your last kind of chance to do a
Changes.
like
Alterations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hand wavy goes away.
Jingle's fine.
Icons.
Can't
I'm
wait.
willing to update tokens for the still. But class changes, race changes, those all end as soon as you guys go into the game.
I have a 16 dex.
Okay.
No.
Congrats.
If I did the normal point distribution, it's 15 is the highest number, right?
Yeah, but you get racial in class.
Oh, right. So then
What's your
it's 8,
race?
So then it's human. So my dex is actually 18. There it is.
Yeah, if you added,
I took at level 4. I boosted it. I boosted dex by 2. So it was
Then
15.
you would have
plus 1 for
18
being
then.
Human.
Yeah.
Plus 2 for the feet. For
that
the
is
level,
correct.
Whatever. I just explained that. So, okay, we're good.
All right, so you guys should be able to see a new grid on the screen.
Yeah, I
Oh.
Scroll
to the
around,
bottom.
guys.
Oh, there we are. All the way to the bottom.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
All right, you're off to the races. Welcome to
All
the
right, guys.
tomb.
Let's. Did we establish a marching order? If not, let's.
No, you have not. That seems like a good idea.
I
Second
would.
from front.
I'd probably put myself up front, right?
Well, I'm right after that then.
because-
I
Remind me of
Jingle
your
bringing the rear.
So,
What with the
Hillers, you're
shield?
front.
Yeah.
What's your name, Hillers?
Ketchum.
Ketchum. Okay. Who's next?
Catch him in the rye.
I'll be one to the northwest of Ketchum.
Well, we're just going on a line for right now, so
And I'll be
it's,
number
it's
3, I
order.
guess. I'll be number 3, I guess, but I also think
Go
that being number
Osmond,
1
go
is a-
go Jeremy,
horrible idea.
Jackson, then Jingle. I would say.
Okay, so Ketchum, Jeremy.
The Ketchum, Osmond, Jeremy,
Ah.
Gaxif, Jingle. That way you have beef at the front and the back.
And a rear guard. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm fine with
I-
switching with that. That's just my thought. I don't
Yeah,
like-
works for me. I like it.
Could actually, would you guys mind, Nick, Andrew, and Hillers, if you can go to the settings tab in Roll20 and change your display name to your character name, it'd be super helpful for me to
What?
learn.
No, well,
Where
it's
we
showing,
talking
it's
about
showing up as it's showing up as Ketchum for me, so it's like
Yeah.
where
Same as me.
and
where am I-
Jeremy for me.
where
No,
am I
yeah.
doing?
I mean, that's fine. If I mean, I can do that. Yes.
Oh, sorry. So I see Gaxif and Odman Zig as the only two. Like I see
Okay.
Nicholas M, Andrew R, H.
Where So
Oh,
my
other Andrew, not me. Okay.
my settings.
Settings, the top
Yep.
field, display name. Type in what your name is, and then click display name, and then click save name.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know
Oh,
why
you're
mine
talking about
says
for like the
Jeremy.
chat. I got you.
Yeah.
Did that fix it?
Okay. Yep, I see that for everybody except Andy.
What do I need to do? Sorry, I thought I didn't need to do it.
Yeah, so go to the settings gear.
Yep.
And then at the top where it says my settings display name.
Yep, gotcha.
Type in your character name and then hit save name.
Drew Brees finally threw a pick. Everything's coming up pillars.
It always is. So nice to be you.
What is your perception, Hillers?
It's not amazing, but I am plenty beefy.
If you want me to be in front, I got a passive of 18 and a natural roll of 8. But I don't
think
really
that-
want to be in the front.
Oh, yeah, guys, I think that Jingle's normally our best eyes. When we're walking into places unknown, so maybe Jingle should lead the way and help spot out things for like traps and things as we're walking through this tomb.
That'll leave Gaxus a little exposed in the back. Are we okay with that?
Gaxus, you fine with your back being exposed?
I'd prefer to have somebody back here. Maybe the other short man could come be our rear guard.
Why not put the turtle in the back?
We could do that.
Yeah, he's
He
got
can
a
go- he
fair.
can have- he
He's
can
got a
go and have
fair.
an AC of
Why would I be in the
65.
back? I've got like crazy armor.
That's why.
That's
'Cause
why we need
you-
a little bit of
alright.
beef in the back.
He could be our rear guard.
Well, where's our buddy gonna be?
Orvex,
Safely behind us.
Or in the middle.
in the middle, yeah, in between Gaxif and Jingle.
Jingle's going in the front, though, I thought.
Yeah, he is.
Jingle.
Okay, in between Ogmund and Gaxif.
Jingle will be referring to himself in the third person to just annoy all of you two, by the way. So,
Oh,
so just
Already
really prepare for that. It's gonna happen.
it's already working gangbusters.
All right, so to your north, you see a dark passageway obscured by withered creepers. To your east, you see a second smaller tunnel burrowing into the base of the cliff.
What are creepers?
Well, boys, do we go through the front door?
Like vines.
Oh, so put Jingle up front. Right?
Well, up front it depends on which way you're going.
Yeah. So we can adjust that once we.
Assuming we're headed down the path of what looks like
Well,
where
we
we
can
should
go
put
right through the
puzzle
front
cubes.
door if we want.
Maybe set the puzzle cubes in the puzzle cube nooks beforehand.
Sorry, I missed that. The nooks are in there.
It looks that way.
So and remind me, who took the bag of puzzle cubes?
I'll have them.
Yeah, I would.
I'm
think
our de
Jeremy.
facto leader.
Okay, so Jeremy has the bag of cubes.
He's got the sack.
Which Jeremy? Jeremy who?
Jeremy.
Oh, thank you. That's you.
All right.
Jeremy.
So I would recommend heading down this pathway in marching order and letting Jeremy place the cubes.
Well, if we think that that's what's, I mean, if we even, well, might be it. All right. Well, let's get going.
Seems like
So we
that's
start
what.
heading west, so we-
Yeah, so
we start heading east.
I'll take the first step in. And I'd like to. Can I get a bit of an overview look of what I may or may not see? Is it dark? Is it light?
Yeah,
is it-
it's quite dark. You can you have, I believe you
I'd like.
have
Is it dark? 'Cause I'll cast. Yeah, I have light. I can cast too.
Okay, great. Yeah, go ahead and do that. So you do that, and as you
I'll have it
see,
come out of my shield.
Yeah, you see a tunnel that extends about 50 feet, and you see 4 alcoves on either side of this narrow tunnel. You can see a statue.
Oh, good.
Jutting out a bit from each one of those alcoves, and some sort of basin below the statues.
Only 8, huh?
Tough to tell from this distance.
Can I get?
Anything
Can I take a look at these statues and get an idea of what they are? Is it a vase? Is it a
Probably.
person? Is it?
It's tough to see from here, just from the angle.
Is there anything on the walls directly at us right here that I might be able to see a little bit better with the light on? Is there
The walls are pure rock, like just
rock?
part
So
of the cliffs.
this has been carved out of a mountain or something.
Yeah, these are the you're literally walking into the cliff side of Omu. Remember where you were once standing above here.
Okay, let's walk through. Let's walk and check it out.
Yeah, I'll start to head in. I'd like to get closer to the statue
walk with you. I mean, if you're just-
while trying to take a more in-depth look at the statue.
Sure,
If it's
I'll
just the
step
two of
aside.
us, I'll walk with you. It's just the two of us. I'll walk through because I have the Sacco cubes.
Is it only the two of you that's
I would recommend taking Orvex in case a cube needs to be associated with the correct statue.
Well, let's just take a look and see what it is, and if we
Let's
do
see what
Orvex,
we
we'll
got in
recommend.
here.
Okay.
If it's a
So
put a snake cube on a snake costume, snake statue, I think we'll be okay.
All right.
So Jeremy, as soon as you enter the tunnel, all of a sudden, both you and Jingle see flames light in the basins of each of those 8 alcoves. It's not like an explosion. It's just these basins kind of just light up like a brazier. God damn it! How do you say that thing?
Brazier.
Brazier.
This is just like that
Crazy.
dungeon in Waterdeep, eh, Jingle?
Brazier.
Remember that time when we walked into that room and all those braziers lit up on fire and your face caught on fire and I had to put it out with my canteen? That was fun.
You and I remember that very differently.
You're not, I'm talking to Jingle, not Gaxif.
I heard you. I can hear you talk.
From this direction,
Right here.
does this seem or perceive to be as a dangerous thing or is it kind of like feel almost natural as we walk in?
Well, it definitely doesn't seem natural. It's
No.
clearly magical. But it's not like the flames are contained to the basins. Each flame's probably about 1 foot high. The basin themselves are maybe 3 foot in circumference. They're not huge.
And we see 8 of them.
You see 4 on each side of the tunnel.
Seems like a light source that's
And
being
I-
used.
I'm gonna. Well, Jingle don't know what's going on. I yell for.
Let's just go.
I'm going to yell for Orvex and say, hey, get over here, take a look.
He kind of timidly approaches and kind of peers through and says, "Oh yes, we've gone down that tunnel before. There's statues of 8 of the false gods of Omu in that tunnel. It's the snail seems to be missing. It's not quite sure why."
The snail
The
statue.
flail snail.
Yes, there's no statue for the flail snail, but for all of the others are Valk. Oh, look at that! They've lighted up. That's new.
Well, what do we
I
do?
open
Put
the
cubes in the
sack.
fire?
I look at the
Oh,
sack. Are the
dude,
cubes
so-
reacting?
So there's
The
a
cubes, the
possibility
cubes
they're
will
on the cubes.
And I wasn't able to hear what you were saying, Andy.
Yeah. So I would like to ask. So what do we put the cubes in the fire?
Oh well, I don't know. You could try that. It seems like they might be hard to retrieve if it doesn't do anything.
That's my concern.
Well, wait a minute. So I might actually have some tongs. Give me a second here.
In where? In where?
In
Oh,
my
it's a
shell.
thong. Never
motherfucker.
mind.
All right, let's walk in, everyone. Let's walk in.
Yep.
Go ahead, Jeremy. Put your cubes in.
Yeah. All right. Let's go. And I'll just walk down and looking at the one to the north. What does that look like?
Okay. You see the a statue. It's a let's see. The statue's about 3 feet tall. And it has you can now see that the basin at the base of it is filled with some sort of oil that is now lit.
And oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The statue is a frog hemoth.
Sweet.
God damn
Okay.
it, they love this
All right. I look through the cubes and I look for the froggy myth cube. Is it reacting? Is it like lighting up or doing anything special?
No, none of the cubes look any
Or
different.
reacting? Okay. Does there look to be a space where I can put the cube that's not the brazier?
Roll a perception check, or actually roll an investigation check.
Okay. With advantage?
shit.
Well, you have an advantage. No, it doesn't. There's no clearly, there's no clear slot that you can find or anything like that. I mean, you could put it into the brazier.
Just stone cube probably wouldn't hurt it.
I don't want to put it. I don't want to put it in the brazier. Can I put it? Is there a base to the statue that I can put it on? Actually, let me see something. DC 10. Sweet. Okay. Okay, is at 15. I was thinking, am I smart enough to know to not put it into the fire, to decide to put it in the fire or not? So I said DC 10 to say I have to beat a 10, but if you don't think that was high enough,
No, I mean that's you, man. That's you can.
That's
you,
your game.
What is happening right now?
You're playing with yourself.
I don't
You're
understand what's
DMing
happening
yourself.
here.
Nick is playing with himself, trying to decide where to put his cubes.
yeah, if am I smart enough
Okay.
to decide to not put the cube in the fire because I failed my investigation?
I don't know.
check.
Are you?
What if that's correct?
I rolled a 20, so yes, I am.
I don't know.
Just
Smart-
because Nick,
it's
would have
gonna-
done it doesn't mean that Jeremy would have done it.
I get it. I think it's a legitimate tactic. Like if you, as a way to control your own metagaming. I get
Yeah,
it.
thank you, Troy. Thank you.
Oh,
Neil.
okay. I got you.
I understand. But Ketchum is getting impatient. He's about to go start throwing
So all
cubes.
right,
in.
so I will put it
No,
on the
let's
base of
go.
so put it on the base of the statue without putting it in the fire.
Okay. So just to give you a little bit more description of these things, so they're kind of like think of almost like a Catholic alcove, right, where you've got the statue of Mary. So the actual statue is not on the ground. It's about waist height, right? That begins at waist height and then it's 3 feet tall. So there is it's almost like a shelf that's about waist height where that statue is, and that's where the basin is kind of sticking out of. So there definitely is. You could put a cube onto that shelf.
I'll put the cube on the shelf then.
Okay. And you punk, and you see a bit of dust.
Okay. And how about to the south?
Yep. So you look to the south and you see it looks very similar, except in this case it's a statue of a Kamadan.
And do I need to make an investigation check to see if I can put it on each of these, or is that my investigation check for everything?
I mean, each of these statues obviously look very different, but none of them, they look kind of very similar in terms of setup. So you find it unlikely that any of them would have some sort of slot.
Okay. In the effort to speed this up, can we just match? Can I make an attempt to match the cube to the statue?
Sure. Boom, 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 boom. You walk all the way down the hallway and doom, 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 doom. Put one cube for each of those gods on and put it on the shelf. And the last one was a Zorbo.
Okay.
And you that's the fierce koala, and you drop the cube onto that shelf, and you wait, and nothing seems to have happened.
We're
You're
still
now a
missing the
Zorbo.
flail snail.
Okay. I'm gonna hold out I'm gonna have the snail flail one, the cube, and just kind of be tossing it in my hand right now, looking for where I would put this.
Ketchum would like to investigate the door to the north once he's put those in.
Okay. So you approach the door to the north, and so as you're walking into this tunnel, you see a short tunnel which ends in a slab of worked stone. The edges are marked by relief carvings of grinning skulls around what looks like a doorway. 4 lines engraved at the center of the slab cross one another to form a star, with both ends of each line marking the location of a cube-shaped cavity cut into the door, 8 cavities in all.
Oh,
Well, there we go.
okay. I'll head back to the group, yell down the tunnel. I was like, I found a place in the northern door with cube slots.
I'd like to start collecting the cubes and walking that way.
Okay, so
What a bunch of
so
dicks
Jingle,
we all are.
you pick up the cubes.
I knew we'd spend an hour and a half.
At least I'll tell Jeremy that, and I'll pick up the 4 around me, so he can pick up the 4 by him.
I knew it. Called it before we started.
All right, so Jingle, you pick up those 4, and Jingle, as soon as you walk out of the tunnel, Jeremy, you see poof, 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 4 of those braziers go dark.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Okay. I grab the other and leave you. Grab the other 4 and leave you, and they go out dark as well.
Yeah. And I'll just sort of show him the door with the cube slots.
And I will hand them. I will hand them over to Jeremy to insert.
Wait, Jeremy who?
I start
Borrow
putting
me.
the cubes into the slots are.
Okay. So you approach the door. Who's with you?
I am behind him.
Okay. And that's it?
Sure.
All right. So you see well, actually, I think I've got a way to
Are the Camp Vengeance folks watching this debacle? I'm just wondering.
Watch us fumble around pointlessly outside the door.
It's okay, we got this.
They've also investigated all this, so they've seen that door, they've seen the hallway. They're like looking at other things, reading documents. You're just doing what they've done, so they're not really paying attention.
All right, good. Thank God.
You see a door that looks kind of like that.
Oh, Jeebus.
Okay.
It looks like there's no order to this. Oh, wait. What's on the bottom? Oh, shit.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Pictures.
Oh, those are all the 9 gods.
Yeah, Commodons and Froggy.
Okay, so we can drag and drop where we want them to go.
Each one of those is a cube.
Bunny corns. You know, all the
Oh,
things
those
that
are the cubes.
we
Yeah.
found. Yeah. Okay.
So. All right, can we have Orbex over here?
Can I see the door? Can I see the door?
Aren't you looking at it on your roll 20?
Well, based on how far, yeah, I mean I
I
can,
would
but like
assume
my
because we're seeing
character.
this, we
just
all
wondering.
moved up to it to look at it.
That said, I'd like to.
Okay, so somebody's approaching the door? Like you can like see it like vaguely from outside of the tunnel.
If I cast on the door.
Okay. So Gax, if you like walk up to the door?
I just get to where I can see it. Oh wait. Wait.
The last line.
Must be touching the surface of the door. Oh god.
Go ahead, pull a Steve.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be the first.
No, I said I did it. I said I cast it. So yeah, I'm gonna walk up to the door and try to do that. Try to comprehend languages on it. As a ritual, I'm casting it.
Okay. So that takes you basically an hour and 10 minutes.
Really?
Actually, no.
You
it
get
takes you, like,
very touchy-feely with that door.
1 minute per page?
no, so the duration. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I was looking at duration. I thought that
We're
was
all
casting
very,
time.
very appalled
Okay.
by what you did
It'll
with that
take you
door for
10.
the last
It'll
hour.
take you 10 minutes to cast as a ritual, though. I believe, right? Doesn't ritual add 10
Ritual
minutes?
is 10 minutes plus whatever the casting time is.
So you'll
I
have
think
to
it-
spend 10 minutes touching the door.
I think it depends on the ritual, but
Door.
No, it only depends on the spell. If the spell takes 10 minutes to cast, then it would take you 20 minutes.
okay.
But you just don't. The big deal is you don't use a spell slot.
Yeah.
So just rub the door.
Yeah,
For 10
so
minutes.
I do whatever I do to try to figure out what the hell it says.
Okay. So you start to rub on the door, and over time you feel like it's it's telling some sort of story, a narrative about the lost gods.
Just some kind of narrative of the lost gods, you said?
Yeah, it's a story that you as the players have heard before.
Okay.
Long ago, the god Ubtal hardened his heart and vowed to weep for the people of Omu no longer. The rains stopped, the jungle withered and died, and death swept through Omu. One morning, a wise Zorbo emerged from her hollow tree and spoke to the dying Omuans. To convince Ubtal of their worth, she decided to cook him a stew made from all
virtue
the
of every yada yada yada. Yeah.
Exactly. Do you want me to read it, or
the other one tricked them, and it's all bullshit.
And
they hate each other, and yeah.
All right. Can we have Orvex over here to ask if he thinks that? Can we call Orvex to the door?
Can we just put the
Sure.
cubes in the squares and see what happens?
I mean,
So Orvex walks up. Oh,
so-
I've looked at this. I'm not quite sure what to make of it. Obviously, the cubes go into the slots, but why only 8 of them, and what order?
that is the question.
So maybe
Alright.
one goes in the mouth of the thing.
There's no flail snail, so there should be no flail snail on the door.
So
Whoa! Look at this guy, smart guy over here.
the first one was the Froggy myth, right? On the statues on over to the east.
Yep.
Okay, I'll hold the Froggy myth statue and try to put it in the first one to the top left.
Okay, go ahead.
I try to put the. Oh, okay. This is the Froggy myth.
No, do you think it is?
Well,
No,
The
no.
one has the ice.
No. This is the Froggy myth.
Yeah, I think that's right.
That's the Froggy myth. Okay. Oh, what do we think?
I don't think it matters much. I think we just put all of them in there and then leave the flail snail out.
And find out what happens.
Which
Yeah.
was the flail snail? This one.
The one that looks like a snail.
No, that one's the Commodon. Yeah, the one that looks like a snail. Yeah. So just throw the rest of them.
I'd like to
The
back
one in
away
the bottom right.
from the door. By the way, I'd like to step back.
I'd like to step back as I watch people do this too with a grin on my face.
Okay.
All right, so we just put so we're just gonna arbitrarily put them all in.
Yeah. Find a place to start, right?
I'll see you guys in a bit.
And all of them are now broken, and you guys have to start from scratch.
Be sure to clean up after ourselves. Make sure I get to the lava pit.
Okay, we'll get you there, buddy.
Leave only footprints. Take only memories.
Okay. So you put the last of the cubes into the place, and each of these cubes slide in perfectly, like fits like a glove. You put the last cube in, and nothing happens.
Okay, are they easily? Can we pull them out?
Yeah.
Can we pull them all out?
Yep. Well,
Okay.
I mean, yes.
All right. Why don't we do this?
Why do we have a ninth? And there's no spot for it. We got to do something here.
Because the middle will probably open up.
You want to try to put it in the mouth or something?
Maybe. Everyone likes a slug in the mouth.
Sure.
Can that fit? Does it look like that would fit?
Make an investigation check.
Who, me? Because I...
Whoever's trying it.
Mr. Baramy.
Yep, I got it.
Does not look like it's going to fit. As a matter of fact, you yeah, you notice that each of the mouth of that one has a hole in it that goes. It's a very small hole, but it goes deeper into this doorway. And then you take a look at some of the other faces, and each of those mouths also have a small hole in it that goes deep into the doorway. Far too small for the cube.
Okay.
Stick your hand in there, Jeremy.
I don't know. Why don't we? I was gonna stick my penis.
Remember, it said the key turns on the inside only. Reach through, turn the key.
Oh.
Undead glory hole.
Go for it, Jeremy.
Yikes.
Do we want to try putting just like all 9 into this one slot and just see if it locks into place? See if one of them
Into
locks
which
into place.
slot?
You can't put more than one into each slot.
No. I meant just to say, like, let's just take out everything else.
I see. You
What I'm
want to try?
thinking is that maybe there's a way.
I see, I get what you're doing.
Okay. So just put them all in, put all of them, and then if that doesn't, just cycle through and see if any of them locks it into place.
So you spend a few minutes taking, putting one in, taking it out, putting the next one in, taking it out, putting the next one in. You get to the end, and
Nothing.
you're able to take the last one out.
Okay. Was there any?
They all behave the same.
Yeah. Okay.
Damn, so you're making me hungry. That pizza, man.
I still believe
Sorry, dinner time.
Froghemoth should go here. I still believe Froghemoth should go here.
I think clearly somebody needs to reach in there and turn the key from the inside.
Hey, little man, you got little arms. Reach in there.
I'm not tall enough to reach the top keys.
Oh, I'll boost you up. You can probably reach your hand through one of those little faces.
So what's the idea then? We put the cubes in and then somebody reaches into the mouth.
Very demeaning.
Is that
Get used to it.
Well, so
Is
hang
it-
on.
Jingle has no lives.
Hang on, guys. There's 5 openings and there's 5 of us.
Okay, hold on a second.
Man.
Hold on, no, stop. Okay, nope.
I think we got dangerously close to this. Like.
So there is an order.
All right, let's go over that story again of the gods of Omu. How are they mentioned in the story? What were they mentioned in the story?
So I'm going to tell you the story.
Yes. Hillary, write this down.
Long ago, the god Ubtao hardened his heart and vowed to weep for the people of Omu no longer. The rains stopped, the jungle withered and died, and death swept through Omu. One morning, a wise Zorbo emerged from her hollow tree and spoke to the dying Omuans. To convince Ubtao of their worth, she decided to cook him a stew made from all their good qualities. Catching such virtues wouldn't be easy, so she asked a wily Almiraj to help her. The Almiraj snuck recklessness into the pot, which she saw as a virtue, and Ubtao spat out the stew when he tasted it. From that day on, Obulaka the Zorbo and Ijin the Almiraj became terrible enemies. At noon, a brave Kamadan hopped down from her rock. She saw the evil in the Omuans' hearts and decided to lance it like a troublesome boil. The Kamadan fashioned a holy spear, but she left it by the riverbank and a crafty grung stole it. In her rage, Shagambi the Kamadan forgot all about the Omuans and chased Nang Nang the grung forever across the sky. When evening came, a wily Iblis stepped from his reed hut. He didn't like the Omuans, but without them, he'd have no one to play his tricks on. The Iblis sent a marsh frog to reason with Ubtao. But the frog was angry and decided to wrestle the god instead. This amused Ubtao, so he gave the frog tentacles to make it stronger. When Kubazan the Froghemoth returned to Papazotl the Iblis, he chased Papazotl into the swamp with his new tentacles. That night, a Sioux monster broke into Ubtao's palace and stole a pail of water for the Omuans. The Sioux monster's like a monkey. When the god came running to find it, the Sioux monster hid the pail in a Jakuli's burrow. Ubtao asked the jungle animals where his water was hidden, and Moa, the Jakuli, was too honest to lie. When Wango, the Sioux monster, found out how Moa had betrayed him, he vowed to catch the Jakuli and eat him up. All the while, Unk the flail snail lived deep under the earth. The noise of the other animals fighting her made her slither up to the surface, and when day dawned over her shell, the light blinded Ubtao and made his eyes water. Life returned to Omu, and the people built shrines to honor the animals who'd saved them.
So, and I'm not positive, but I think that each of the critters has another critter that it doesn't like, except for the flail snail.
Right.
Right?
So Orbex can tell you which of what each of those cubes
Yeah.
represents.
So let's take
The
the flail.
enemies stand opposed. One stands between them.
Right.
In
So let's-
darkness it hides, which is probably the
The
flail
thing in the
snail.
middle. No, the thing. So I'm thinking if they're standing opposed and they each have something that they don't
It's every
like,
other.
Yeah.
and
They're,
you put
no, no,
them
no, no.
across from each other.
Yeah, you
right?
put it across the face. So like you put that face in
But
the
take
middle
the-
between
take the
them.
snail out,
One stands between them.
and then
Don
this,
the mask.
right, and
Speak
then
no truth to the doomed
the-
child. So maybe there'll be something. Maybe
So
there'll be
the
something
Zorbo and the Almirage, for instance, would have to not be. They'd
like
have to be.
right.
They'd have to be.
So
like these lines that are here, right? Like they'd have to be along
Yeah,
this
yeah.
line.
Is
Yeah,
this
I
is this
think
is this
I'm on
is this
board
one
with
a
that.
Zorbo? Is the one on the bottom right a Zorbo?
Yes.
Okay, so the Almirage would be like here,
Sure.
right? But I didn't pay a close enough attention to know what the other rivals were, so maybe Orvex could help us with that, given our general theory here.
Mhm.
Also, let me check. Does anybody have Mage Hand where we could like not touch it?
Yeah, I do.
If I did it.
No, let's just do it.
I have Mage Hand. I can do it. If you like, I can magically move these cubes.
I don't like to touch doors anymore. If I,
Wow, why is that?
you know, reasons. I don't know. What do you guys think?
No,
Like, I'm trying to put
I
together.
don't want to play it safe. I mean, we're adventurers. We're not gonna. I don't.
No, but I mean about the theory of the cubes.
The cube is solid.
Okay. So
okay, well
can,
then we'll let Jeremy move the cubes, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can and let's assume Orvex helps them. Can we get the enemies opposed to each other along the grid here?
Okay. So Jeremy and Orvex are up there doing that. I take it Gaxif has backed off. I think you already had.
Yeah.
Ketchum, are you backing away or are you helping?
I'm just behind him. Yeah, just sort of taking a look. Yeah.
Okay. So did you want to have, or did you have questions for Orvex?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Ehlers.
Oh, okay. So we remembered that the
Zorbo and El Mirage.
yeah. Okay. I was gonna say Bunnycorn and Bearger, but we know that they're opposed. And I'd ask. We can put them in, but could you let us know which of these other gods, according to those tales, were antithetical to each other?
Yes, clever. We haven't tried that. Try
Oh, we haven't tried any of this, have we? We hadn't had the cubes yet.
Well, we had 8 of the cubes before, but
Okay.
we didn't have we had the flail snail, and perhaps as you said, perhaps that's why our 8 did not work, but yours will now. He tells you that the next pairing from the legend is the Kamadan and the Grung. A Kamadan is it's basically that leopard with the snakes on its back.
Okay,
And Grung is like the frog dudes.
Okay. And the next one?
Next one is Froghemoth and Iblis. Iblis is like a bird.
Okay. So we should be set then.
Next one is Jakuli and Sue Monster.
Could be.
Those would be
Well,
the ones.
they were already.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did anything
Mhm.
happen?
Oh.
Roll for initiative.
Ah, fuck! It worked. That's. I was like, oh, we're gonna have to go back to the first handout and start just reading it like one line at a time.
Uh-oh. Something on the floor there.
What?
Okay. So as you put that last block in place, the Moa block, a stone block starts to slowly descend behind you.
Locking us in or letting us out?
It's back here.
Just coming in from the ceiling?
Yes,
Can I run and slide under it?
you can.
I like to do
How
that.
fast is this thing moving?
I mean, it's coming down fast enough that you don't have an hour, but
It's now or never. What are you
everybody
doing?
can get
I'm going.
in or out depending on
I'm
what you
going.
want to do.
I'm going
In.
Yeah, I'm staying in.
Headed
I'm
in.
in. I'm in.
You're going in. All right. So the
I'm out.
you,
See you guys.
continues,
Bye.
you explode.
Okay, guys, new characters.
the stoneblock continues to
Why
descend.
would you lock yourself in a room?
And stops at the when as it hits the ground beneath it, and then all of a sudden you hear this, and you look and you see the mouths on the door. Some sort of gas is coming out of those mouths. So let's go ahead.
Oh my God. Maybe one of us should have stayed outside.
All right, go ahead and everybody roll initiative here.
Against gas?
Fun. Oh, I got hold breath. Good luck, guys. Where's my initiative?
If it's poison, I think I might actually be immune to it. No, that's disease. Never mind.
Yeah, why can't I find my initiative? Why am I drawing a blank on this?
4. Great.
Just roll a d20, Nick. Yeah, I'm just gonna
It's
roll
at the
for you.
top of your sheet, man.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you for rolling it for me.
Nope,
It's
he's in it.
Fair enough.
All right. So
you probably have a modifier on it. You probably lost out on that.
Yeah, I just don't even see my initiative.
Right above your hit points.
it's not going to matter.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
That won't matter.
Not
Not
gonna
gonna matter.
This is
We're all
mostly-
dead. Doesn't
You're all dead. Everyone dies.
All right. So this gas continues to pour out of the door, and you start to cough. And
Nope,
you can
I got the
feel,
hold breath.
All right, you don't cough. Everybody else presumably does. And you can all feel your skin start to tingle as it's almost like a faint burning sensation across your skin. All
I am
right, so-
acid resistant if this is acid, but it doesn't.
All right. Okay. So Oddman Zig, you're well. So Oddman and Jingle, are you guys good with going in that order?
Sure.
Sure.
And Gaxif, do you want to go before or after Orbex?
I guess after.
After. Okay. So Oddman, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. I'll just tell you, it's DC 15. It's gonna be DC 15 for everybody.
Oh, god damn it.
All right. So you're going to take 1d10 poison damage and 1d10 acid damage.
Okay.
But it is your turn, so you can do something.
All right, we're completely locked in here. Like, there's a door in front of us, door behind us.
Wait,
yeah,
is he within 10 feet? Yeah, he is within 10 feet of me. Everyone's within 10 feet of me. So keep in mind that everybody has +3 to their saving throws.
Whoa, wait a
Whoa.
minute.
Oh, that would mean that you would actually have saved. So
I
you still
did
take the
save.
1 damage from the acid, and but you only took 3 damage from the poison.
All right, hold on.
Paladin, baby.
Nice, man.
Actually, I'm sorry. You're not gonna take any damages.
Oh, heck yeah.
So it's if you save, you take no damage.
Great.
So it's a DC 12 for us, basically, at this point.
So, so my previous question still stands. There's a door directly to my south, correct?
It's a huge fucking humongous stone block that slowly descended.
Yep. Okay. And so, is gas still pouring out of the front heads there?
Sure is.
short is. I have some pieces of cloth that's like gauze for wound healing. I would like to try to shove them into the holes to make it stop.
Okay. All right.
Good thinking.
Go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Oh, dexterity's -1.
+3.
That is good enough. You're able to, even though you've got a lot going on, you're able to plug one of those holes. You see 6 holes total, so 5 holes remaining, but the bit of cloth seems to be preventing any more gas from leaking out.
So, I guess that was my action then, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And unfortunately, you have nowhere to move.
Okay, I've got nowhere to move, but I'm just going to hold out nonchalantly a pack of gauze should anybody.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
And
All
that
right.
ends my turn.
Jingle, go ahead and make a a Constitution saving throw, please.
+3. Ugh.
Oh, sorry. I had.
You gotta take it off, yo.
That will not do it.
Can't
So
help you with that.
I'm just going to roll 2d10. and the
I'm
first one's
resistant
gonna
to
be-
acid.
Yeah, so the first one's gonna be poison, second one's gonna be acid. Okay, so you take 1 poison damage and 2 acid damage.
Okay. How tight is this room that we're in?
With all 6 of you in here, you've got very little room to maneuver.
Ceiling?
The ceiling's about 20 feet high, so there's a fair amount of space above you. You can see that the gas is starting to fill up towards the upper end of that as well.
Okay, so this is a question how I may or may not be able to use this spell. I'd like to cast a spell, but I don't know if you're gonna force me to use the attack sort of reasons of it. So I'd like to cast Gust of Wind.
Okay. Let's see what it says.
All right.
One stands between them. In darkness, it hides. I don't know.
I kind of feel like it probably is more of an offensive ability, but I wanted to check.
No, I think
Is it dark in
Basically-
here? Sorry.
no,
go
I
ahead.
think this is legit. This is legit. Okay, so which direction are you pointing at?
Straight up.
All right.
Basically, what I kind of
I'll
want to do is get everything up and out of us so that when this gas comes out,
Yeah.
it just goes right up above
Okay.
us.
So you start, and the wind starts, and you can feel some of the gas get sucked upwards. I'll give everybody else advantage for their saving throws.
Oh, cool.
Cool. That's gonna be the end of my turn. I can't reach the door.
All right. So let's see, Orvex here. Oh, he saves. All right, and so Orvex will try. He'll grab a piece of that gauze, try to stick one of the other holes in the door. He's just fumbling with it and drops the piece of gauze.
Nice.
Gaxif, you're up. Go ahead and make a saving throw, Constitution saving throw with advantage. But you get a +3 to that, I think, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. So it saves, right?
So you just barely save. So you don't take any damage this
Nice.
round.
In that case, I'd like to cast Mage Hand, send it into the mouth of the upper left face,
Okay.
and see if I can get it to turn a key that's in there.
Okay. Make an investigation check. Okay. Your mage hand feels around in there, and you're not able to discern any kind of key.
Okay. How much can I do with this thing during my turn?
Not too much.
Like,
6
can I-
seconds worth. So
Can I also like try to pull it out of there and see if the mask is movable on the wall?
sure, I'll allow that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it does not seem to budge.
Okay.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right, Ketchum. That's Hiller's.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. Is it dark in here?
It is very dark. There's no natural light source right now.
All right. I wish I could do something to
My
light it
shield
up,
still
but
glowing from earlier?
I think I can.
Haven't stopped it.
Why was your shield? Why was your shield glowing?
Because I did cast.
Oh, you
light.
cast light on it.
Yeah,
Yeah. What's the duration on that?
it's an hour.
Is it concentration?
Mm-mm. It's a cantrip.
Then yes, it's still glowing. So
Well,
that is providing general light in this room.
so first of all, do I need to make a save?
You do. Yep, with advantage, Constitution. Go and roll it again. 'Cause you have advantage. There you go. All right, you
Okay.
save, so you don't take any damage.
Okay. Looking around me, is there like any other than the door we came in? Is there anything that looks like maybe a way out of here?
Nothing obvious. You could poke and prod if you
Well,
want.
if I'm gonna be poking something, I'll probably just take a piece of gauze and poke it
There you
into a
go.
hole right now.
Okay.
Fine,
So you
there
kind of
first.
jostle around. It's a little bit tough to get to the door right now because me and Orvex are both up there.
So I can't do it, or I need to make a check.
I would say
Didn't
that,
Osmond Zig stuff one in there from 3 back?
oh, yeah,
I mean,
he did.
somebody
didn't
got
he?
I mean, I'm closer to him than
Yeah.
Orvex is, you know. So
Yeah, that is true. Well, yeah.
Doesn't mean the next one's gonna be allowed to do it as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah. Here's what I'll say: is I'll say you could switch places with Jeremy to do it
okay.
if he's willing to do so.
What are you trying to do?
Stuff a poison hole with poison blocking cloth. I think we'd all be in favor of not being poisoned.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So go ahead and make a dexterity check.
a check, not a saving throw. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. Well, it'll say saving throw, but just for the purposes of.
Okay. Just a note that they're not the same thing because sometimes you get bonuses to dexterity save that wouldn't be part of dexterity
Right.
check.
Like if I'd have done that as a save, it'd be a 20 for me instead. So.
Okay.
And I agree, we need a way out, but I'm not seeing one right now, so I'm dealing with the immediate.
Okay, so you are able to stick one of the pieces of gauze into one of the other holes. So there are 4 open holes remaining. All right, Jeremy Baramy.
Okay, and there's still enough light. There's a decent amount of light in here because of the shield.
Exactly.
Can I switch places with Orvex and try to open this door to the north?
Yeah, you can. So you can ask Orvex, and he's coughing. Okay, yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
And hang on.
Okay, so you succeed and don't take any damage.
Orvex, switch with me.
Okay, so he kind of pushes through and jostles Jingle as you guys switch places.
Well, I have my hand over my face as I want to be fumbling. I would like to fumble around with this door and try to get it opened.
Okay, make so how are you trying to open it? Are you trying to
Is
force it open, or are you what?
So I'm looking. Well, this turn, I'm just trying to open. I'm not necessarily trying to force it open. I'm just trying to see if it's able to get opened.
Okay. So
In
that's gonna be an
general.
investigation. So that's gonna be an investigation.
Okay. Normal.
Mm-hmm.
What I roll?
You feel around the seams of it, and
I'm
notice-
gonna. I'm gonna. What did I roll? 7. I'm gonna use a luck die.
Okay.
That's fine.
So in this case, you use the second roll. Is that how it works?
Yes.
Okay. So you feel around the seams, and there are seams there that indicate this is some sort of doorway, but you do not find any kind of mechanism that would allow it to open.
Okay. As a bonus action, so guys, there's a door here that we might be able to open up.
We've been trying.
But I mean, the door only opens from the inside, so we are inside a room now. So maybe just try opening the door.
We're inside a trap now.
Womp womp.
We're
All right.
definitely.
Oddman
I-
Zig, it is your turn.
I think this is a trick. I don't think this is what we're supposed to be doing. Being poisoned to death, that is.
So,
Oh,
I
go
might
ahead and make
attack-
a Constitution saving throw
right, yes.
with advantage, and then the advantage is going to end after the turn. Once we get back to you, Jingle. Unless you're keeping that up, because I think you can keep it going.
I can. It's a concentration.
Okay. All right, so you save, so you managed to not take any damage from the poison and acid. What are you up to?
The thing that was just mentioned intrigues me. Is there any way I can push my way up to the front and try opening the door?
You'd have to ask somebody to swap with you.
All right, so
Yes.
Jingle,
Oddman, get up here.
Jingle, get out of the way.
Well, I don't think Jingle's going to be enough, right? You want to swap with either Jeremy or Ketchum.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I gotta get one step closer, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. You can always move through.
All right,
Just
fine.
don't need
So
space.
I'm gonna switch to Jeremy,
Okay.
Yeah.
if that's okay.
Sure.
All right, you're up there.
All right, great. I'm gonna try to push, then pull the door if pushing doesn't work.
Make an athletics check.
You got it.
Lord. Does he get +3 on this? Oh, good job.
He does not get +3.
Sure he would.
You push really hard and it doesn't seem to budge. You grab onto two of the mouths that are jutting out from the door. Pull on it. Doesn't go anywhere.
There are mouths on the door?
Yeah. What? Did you not see the photo? Like,
Oh, you know what? I did know that was, yeah, that's, sorry, yeah.
Faces, mouths. Yeah.
all right.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume that was my action.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm done. I got nothing.
You still have movement.
Where am I? You're right. I do have
Yeah.
movement.
Where the hell can we go?
All right, Jingle, go ahead and make a saving throw with advantage. Okay.
+3.
So let's see. We're gonna roll the damage.
Yikes.
Jesus Christ. Oh, man. I apparently just hit back.
So you're gonna take a total of 6 damage, 4 from poison, 2 from acid.
Okay. This is loaded back in.
And now we have to make a Constitution check, or I mean, not a Constitution check, a concentration check.
Which is a constitution,
Which
I
is a
think.
Constitution check. Sorry, I gotta open my thing back up here. I accidentally backed out of the.
And what's the DC for this? Is it for concentration checks?
I can check real. Whenever you take damage, your concentrated spell, you must make Constitution saving throw to maintain
Of
your
the
concentration.
damage, I
The
think.
DC equals 10 or half the damage you take. whichever number is higher.
Okay, so
10.
DC 10. Okay, so the gust of wind is able to continue.
All right. And it was 6 damage. I'm getting.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay. I'd like to use my shield real quick and just kind of look around the walls and see if there's anything that we might be missing on the actual walls around us,
Okay.
or even the slab behind us. Just kind of a stuff we haven't looked at.
Okay, make a perception check. Okay. I know you have a pretty high passive.
I have an 18 passive.
So you look around and the walls surrounding you are just pure cliff wall. And that slab seems to be just carved straight out of the cliff as well. The only thing in here that looks man-made is the doorway in front of you.
Can I reach the stones from here if I try to reach between them? I just want to see if they're removable.
Go ahead. I'll let you try with an acrobatics check to kind of like get your hand in there. All right, that's good enough to try. So you reach in and try to jostle one, and it seems to be locked in place.
Oh God.
Hey, they're locked in place. We gotta figure this out.
Oh my God.
Let's get these.
Ketchum,
Holes,
just stick your hand in the fucking hole.
let's get these holes plugged, and do our puzzle solving
Yeah,
when
I'm
we're
still-
not
still-
being poisoned.
I mean, that's my turn, so.
Okay. So Orvex suggests to Ketchum that he try again with the gauze. If Ketchum's willing to swap places with Orvex.
Yep.
And then, first Orvex is going to make a Constitution saving throw.
It's better if I'm in the middle anyway because it
With advantage.
+3.
So he passes. And then he's going to make a dexterity check to see if he can. And he fumbles the fucking gauze again.
Oh my God!
He actually gets it in. He sticks it in, but then like a part of it is like caught on one of his rings, and then he's like, "I did it!" and pulls the gauze
Pulls
right
it
back.
right back at him.
All right.
Orvex.
Gax, if it's your turn.
All right. Then I'll use my mage hand, which is still going. It lasts a minute to grab a piece of gauze and stuff it in the.
Go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Oh, I need to make
you
my-
gotta do the Constitution, yeah.
+3.
Yep.
Yep. So that you succeed. Yep.
Thank God. All right.
Now you can do the dex check.
Who's your god? Catch him. Thank that guy.
Ancients, I guess. All of them. All the ancients.
All right, so you're able to push a piece of gauze in there, and you can feel the gas start to recede a bit as less of it is pouring in. But there's still enough in the air, despite it getting sucked up. The gust of wind is pushing it further into the ceiling, but there's nowhere else for it to go. So it's still filling this room. Ketchum, there are 3 holes remaining.
Okay. So I'll do my save first, I guess. Bring up the character sheet, core. That ought to
no
do.
damage.
All right. And then try to plug a hole.
Okay, you're not quite able to do it.
Oh,
Your fingers are just too stubby. Those
Too stubby.
more fingers.
Too covered in armor. It's tricky. I mean, you guys ever try to like pick up stuff in a fireman's glove? It's not easy.
All right, Jeremy, you're up. Make a Constitution save with advantage.
yeah.
I would like to switch places with Orvex though,
Okay,
so that I'm within 10 feet of everybody.
got it.
Okay.
All right, so you pass.
Yeah, I'm gonna move back up towards the door. As I'm going up there,
I'm free, guys.
is there Is there anything? I want to take like once again just kind of take a look at the room.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything new in the room that we're seeing?
What, can you be more descriptive?
Okay,
More
so
poison.
I'm going back. So I'm thinking back to Acererak's warning of in darkness it hides, and if this room was supposed to be dark but it's lit now, it wouldn't be hiding anymore. So something should be exposed. So
I mean, there's
I'm thinking
yeah.
that something new is going to be exposed in the room.
Well, there's the red dragon and the beholder, but other than those, two
Yeah.
guys-
Okay. Can I close my eyes again, make them go away?
I'd like to cancel my light cantrip.
No, you don't. You don't. It's a pretty small room, and you can see up into the ceiling. That you don't see anything though.
Okay, then I'm gonna try. I would try working the door again, working a different of one of the faces on the door, trying to get the door opened.
Okay. Why are we missing a person?
You move me.
Oh, Jeremy moved himself, I think, over top of somebody. All right, so go. So you're trying to work one of the faces, trying
Yes.
to do what with it?
Once again, I'm still trying to open the door. So if I have to try to like push on this face or turn
So
the
you're
door,
just like prodding it again.
yes,
I think you already did an investigation of the door, right?
I did. I got a 15 on it.
Okay, so you try again, and no change. You aren't able to figure out how to activate any kind of mechanism.
We really should get these holes plugged before we start.
Yeah. Can I? All right.
We should get
I
the
guess that
door
was my
open.
action.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
your action.
then that's like then that. But then
We seem to be struggling with the door opening though. So
Well, we're not dying to the poison.
Forgot I had that little thing.
we will eventually. In the fullness of time.
Well, eventually, an apple will be a core. It doesn't stop me from eating it.
Okay, all right. Oddman Zig, you
I
are
don't
up.
think that
Go ahead and make
metaphor
your
applies.
Constitution saving throw with advantage.
Slowly being poisoned.
Oh boy.
You passed. All right. So no damage.
Great. Very good.
You got a 5 bonus on your constitution? Man, turtles.
Turtles.
That's crazy.
Turtles, buddy.
Would come in handy on concentration checks.
Why is it showing me off to the right? What did I just miss? Anyway.
Showing you off to the right.
People switch places sometimes to try to fill the holes.
Yeah.
No, like I see the entire party like up on a stone slab.
What?
You shouldn't. I moved things a bit.
Yeah, I saw
Okay,
it move,
maybe
but
that-
then it snapped back.
No, I guess I still have an older render. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna shove one of the mouths filled with gauze. How
All
about
right.
that?
Dexterity check.
You got it.
There you go.
Well, no, because he doesn't have advantage.
Wow.
I got 13.
So you try, but the gauze, as you're pushing it in, the gauze kind of.
All right. That ends my turn, yo.
All right, Jingle.
Huh.
Nobody's tried reaching their actual hands through this door, have they?
Jeremy has
go for it.
twice.
I sent a
No,
mage
he
hand
hasn't.
into one of the
All right.
thing,
Um,
one of the
I'd
smaller
like to
masks.
ask Orvex to move aside.
Okay, so he
If
switches.
we don't
places.
do something, we're gonna fucking die in here, and I don't think gauze is the answer.
I don't even think this is a door anymore. I think this is just a trap.
We established that it's a door.
I want to reach
whatever
my
it
hand
is,
through
we're here.
the main. I want to reach my
Right.
hand through the main face.
So you can't reach your hand through. So
How big is the
the-
opening? I guess.
the opening's roughly a finger size. So Gaxif, when
Oh.
the mage hand was doing that, I was imagining poking your mage
Okay,
hand finger into the hole
I
and
got
going
the impression it was like a larger hole you could get your arm into.
around. No, they're pretty small.
Okay. Okay. Well, that changes things a little bit. And I don't really have a very good idea at the moment without rereading this. So, in the sake of time, I will stuff a gauze in there because I don't have anything else to do until I reread this.
Make a dexterity
There you
check.
go. Cram it in
Although,
the
actually,
hole.
Jingle, you've got to make your Constitution saving throw.
Yes, I do.
With advantage.
That'll
Okay,
do it
you,
though.
you pass. Now
And
you can
I
make
don't
your
take
dexterity
damage, so.
check.
Oh.
Dude, I have gotten terrible rolls so far. They've
Yeah,
been really pretty
unfortunately,
terrible.
Getting
Well,
this,
dexterity
getting this
save.
gauze in is
Wait,
Yeah,
wait,
you,
tough.
you,
I had
you
saved,
search
but
around. You
still.
search around for the gauze, but you there's too many people moving around as you guys are. Kind of
You don't even
We can
sliding
take down
back and forth.
giant
You
snake
can't
monsters,
even
but we can't put gauze in a hole.
in a hole.
That'll be the end of my turn.
All right, so
This
Orvex.
party's gonna be the fastest dead ever.
So Orvex is going to go ahead. Actually, you know, he barely passes. So okay, barely.
Plus
All right.
3. Yeah.
So he will go ahead and try and stuff gauze in the hole.
Come on, buddy.
Oh.
Oh my god.
He's not able to do it.
Troy's gonna have a
Gonna
whole
be near.
subreddit on the player death forum.
Gonna need to be
They died
reinforced.
again, everyone.
All right, Gaxup, you're up.
What happened when you stuck your finger in there, Jingle?
Nothing. I didn't stick my finger in because you already stuck
You
the
didn't
mage
do
hand
it.
in.
Oh, I'd like to stick my mage hand in the finger in the big hole and move it around.
So the hole, so the one of the faces is larger, but having inspected it earlier, you saw that the holes they're all the size of like one finger. The central face is larger, so if you want to stick the finger into the hole in the central face, that's fine. But so this is a hole inside the mouth, like it's not the whole mouth, right?
Sure.
So it's about one finger size.
Maybe we all
So did
stick
you
a
wanna-
finger in each hole, and
Stick a
Well,
finger in
three
your
of the holes are plugged with gauze right now. There are
yeah,
three
okay,
open holes.
sure. I'll plug another hole with gauze with the mage hand. Let me make my check first.
Yep. Okay, so you pass, and go ahead and make a dexterity check. Not quite.
Really?
Tough to
It's not
master.
good enough to put gauze in a hole.
This
No.
is fucking impossible.
What's the save for putting gauze in a hole? Just wondering.
It's high. It's like 14
Oh.
or 15.
All right.
While the gas is active.
Yeah, it's a difficult situation, you know. It's a pressure action under pressure sort of thing, and we don't respond well to that.
All right, Ketchum, you are up.
Okay, I'll do my saving throw. Should be fine. And fail to get gauze in a hole. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So let me ask this: who is going to do something other than putting gauze in the hole?
My only other thing would be to turn off my light because in darkness it hides. We're in light.
Okay, so we'll keep going around until we get to you at least. Jeremy, go ahead and make your Constitution save.
Okay.
I love how this is the only thing we're thinking about.
Well, not being poisoned is a thing to think about.
All right,
Yeah.
so you
Like,
save.
a lot of us aren't being poisoned though. Like, we're making our saves. We're not actually being poisoned by this.
We're doing okay.
We're,
We should try to get this door open.
So I know,
You're still coughing. It still hurts a little bit, but it's just not.
If I had any ideas about how to get the door open, I would be.
Can the light? Can the shield? Is the shield? Can I see into the hole? Are any of the holes not spewing poison?
3 of them are. 3
Okay,
of them
the
are
ones
plugged
without
gauze.
gauze, are they spewing? If they're
They
not
are
within,
all. They appear to all be spewing gas.
do we think this gas is flammable?
Don't.
Hey, now you're speaking my language.
Why would you ask that?
I
my
gotta
God.
find out.
Why? Because I want to. Because I want to see it. Because I want to hold up. I want to get a better light source against the wall. Against.
We have light in here. Light is not an issue.
And the, So the wall, the door is clearly lit.
Yeah.
Yes,
Troy, I know
the
that you
whole
said. I know that you said that there's light in the room and we can see. I got that
Yeah,
last time.
Your light
it's
sources
normal
will be our
room.
flammable corpses if you set a fire off in here.
It's normal room lighting. Yes, it's relatively well lit. Torchlight level light.
Right. Is there something I can? And the faces are just stuck to the wall. We've already established that we can't remove the masks. The answer is not gauze. I know that I don't think the answer is gauze.
No.
Okay, I tried to put gauze. I've tried to put gauze in the hole.
All right, make a dexterity check.
This isn't the answer.
Band-Aid.
That'll do it. All right, so you managed to stick some gauze into the hole, and that one stops spitting out the gas. Two holes continue to do so, though.
Don the
the
mask or
center-
be seen. What does that mean?
All right. So which
I
hole?
I don't know if it
Behind.
applies to our current situation.
Remember
Uh,
the door? They had the top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right, and then the one in the center. So which ones are still spewing?
Yeah, there's actually two holes in the center mouth, and it's one of those, and then I think the top right.
Okay.
Did Drew Brees get hurt or something? Because the Saints have
So-
30 points and he's got...
Oddman Zig, it is your turn.
Yes. Let me just see what I have in my inventory
You
here.
gotta go
real
ahead and make
quick.
your Constitution saving throw.
No,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
working out for you, Hillers.
Things tend to in the long run.
What the fuck?
Doesn't really matter though. My whole division won their games.
Not Danny.
So you saved your throw. So
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm looking at my inventory, seeing what I can possibly do. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the shoving some gauze in the hole.
all right.
I'm gonna try to see if I can get a big enough wad to shove just into the center one.
The center hole is no bigger than any of the other holes.
You said there's two there.
Yeah, they're two. They're
So
two
they're
separate.
like
One of
right
them's
next to
already
each
been plugged.
other?
Yeah, they're kind of spread apart. It's like two holes inside the mouth. One of them's already been plugged.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess it doesn't matter then. So I'll just for the sake of record keeping, I'll try to go for the bigger head.
Okay. Sure.
All right. Dexterity is what you like.
Dex. Yep. Dex check.
Two.
Nope. All right, Jingle.
So I'd like to take my shield and just sort of bash it on the ground and let the light go out.
Okay. Kind of diminishes and still hear sound of the gas, and you can smell it, but the room is completely dark now. Black.
I'd like to push on
You
the
also
door.
have to make your
Oh yes, I will.
Constitution check.
Boom.
Which you did. Yep.
I'd like to, while I'm in the dark, now give an attempt on the door.
To
Pushing.
do what with the door? Pushing. Okay, go make an
yeah.
athletics check.
Oh, good job.
Nice.
The door does not budge.
Yeah, I didn't think it would.
Pushing the door is not going to work.
No, it's not gonna. But I just figured maybe anything would change being in the dark. So we got a round in the dark. Try to do something different. See you on my turn.
Sure.
Okay. Orvax will move. Well, he's gonna have to do his Constitution check. Doesn't make it. All right.
You gave him a 13, right?
It's
I'm sorry?
15 though.
You gave him a 13 instead of a 10, right? On his
Correct.
save.
That's not good enough.
Okay.
So Orvex collapses to the ground, coughing. He's barely able to get back up to his feet, but he looks like he's in pretty bad shape. He stumbles to the door, attempting to put a piece of gauze in one of the holes. He doesn't have advantage on this. But he does manage push one back in and collapses back up against one of the walls, coughing.
He's always at his best when he's near death.
All right, Gaxif.
First, let's do this, I guess.
Okay, so you passed.
How many holes don't have gauze on them now?
Just one.
Do it.
Sure, let's gauze all.
The gas does seem to be coming out slower than before, but unfortunately,
Is it going anywhere? Is it dissipating, or is it just like the room is gonna fill eventually, and we're just gonna choke to death?
well, it's slowly dissipating a bit because Jingle is pushing it up into the top of the ceiling. It's tough to tell whether there's any natural outflow or not.
Right. Okay. Well, I guess that's all I can do then.
All right, Ketrum, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw with advantage.
Should do. And this time, instead of the gauze, I'll put 15 points back into Orvex.
Okay, so 15 health.
Yep, with a lay on hands.
Wow, all right. He grasps your forearm. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
See, I told you we'd take care of you. We'll figure a way out of here eventually.
It'll take about 3 weeks, but we'll do it.
The entirety of the session is us getting out of this dumb trap.
All right, Jeremy.
Just a second.
Just try to gauze a hole and be done with it.
No, I mean we know that's not the answer.
We have not tried that. That's another thing I was thinking.
Okay, so you passed. So you didn't take any damage from the gas.
We're being extraordinarily lucky on these Constitution saves, by the way. It's like all in
Well, the
high.
+3 is
Can I try to do two things? I'll make a sleight of hand check to try to do two things because they're both kind of the same. What I want to do is put the gauze in the last hole, and also can we try turning the faces? Like we tried pulling and pushing them, but we haven't tried turning them like keys or doorknobs.
Here's what I'll tell you is if you can successfully do one of those actions, I'll let you try the other sleight of hand check.
Okay. So here's the
So
gauze.
if you can successfully do the gauze, yeah, do the. Oh, okay. So you push the gauze into the hole, and it plugs it up.
We did it, guys.
And
Holes
you
are
don't-
plugged.
GG.
You do not hear the
Is it
gas.
though? We haven't done anything except die slowly since we started.
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Now we actually have to figure out how to get out of here.
Yeah.
Do that work?
And you try to twist it, and it doesn't turn.
Okay.
Um,
No, I don't want to use a luck die. That's fine.
Is that the end of your turn?
That's the end of my turn.
Okay. So the gas is no longer coming out, and you still cough a little bit more, but it doesn't seem to be hurting you anymore. And you're able to clear it up, and Jingle, you're probably able to push more of it up to the ceiling, and then you guys realize that it is slowly filtering out through the ceiling, so it's not just building up. You're in the room. It is dark. Maybe somebody has a little bit of light, but
Ignatius! And I raise my short sword and I light it on fire and I cast light with the flame tongue.
All right. So now everybody can see, and it didn't blow you up.
Sweet.
The gas has
Good thing I'm sure you thought of that beforehand, Mr. Baramy.
Oh my god.
I'm sure you thought of that.
I literally asked that
No.
last.
Yeah. But the room is still closed.
Can I make an attempt at the faces? Are they removable? The largest of the faces.
You can make an investigation check.
Yeah. Why am I insight investigation? Ooh, ooh, these fucking rolls. Sorry, I'll
So
turn up
you
advantage.
you spend about 45 seconds or so prodding at the faces, trying to get rid of one. You're not able to do so, but the block that was covering the stone block that was covering your southern entrance suddenly starts to slowly rise up.
I'd like to roll underneath it.
As he moved a face, it did that.
He was prodding it for a while. It does not appear to have been related.
Okay.
Let's just get out of here. Let's get out first and think later. The door's opening.
Can I
Let's get out of the poison trap.
Yes.
Can I get out of the poison trap while
Yeah.
he's thinking it over? Okay.
Sure, you walk out towards the obelisk.
Okay.
I'm
I
gonna
would-
start a
follow.
detect magic in there.
Okay.
I'll stay in there with them.
Come on over to the statues. Let's do it
Okay.
over by the statues.
Try to see if there's anything in
So-
here that is magical, basically. And it's again, this is
Nothing
as a
in there-
ritual, by the way.
Sure. So you do this inside of the chamber you were just in.
Yeah.
Nothing appears to be magical in here.
That's a good idea, though, and we should do it over yonder. Because these must have something to do with it, right? We just basically ignored them when we found the most apparent holes.
Okay. What does Ketchum see?
Yeah, I'd like to look.
Um,
I'd like to examine each of the statues, actually. Like, take a look, see if I see anything unusual about them as a group, or if there's anything different about any one of them than the other ones.
Are they opposite each other?
They are actually.
Okay.
Ah, okay, yeah. There's thinking.
Also, do we want
they,
to buy him at some point?
Sure. You guys want to take a bio now?
Yeah, it might be a good time.
I mean, I'm good,
Yeah, I
but
think so.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
that way I can Google how to get in this temple. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Clearly, I have not done that.
Obviously, we run into everything. Yeah. We're
I mean, what the
so
hell? Are we...
happy. Well,
What do we
that
have?
wasn't the entrance. That was a trick. So we need to figure out
So,
another
so
way.
the other thing that Troy said is there's another cave. There's another entrance, I think, right? Or maybe
I
this
thought
is.
he was talking about this tunnel. and
Oh,
then-
that's what this tunnel is that leads to the statues. Okay.
So I want to check out these statues and figure out what we missed about them.
Is that right, Troy? That it's not another cave. It just takes us to these statues. Okay. I mean, it is.
Yeah, I
maybe.
was talking about the northern entrance and then the eastern tunnel.
Seriously, what's the story with Drew Brees? How does New Orleans have 30 points and he's got
Because
6?
Minnesota keeps turning the ball over, and they're getting the and the Saints are getting the
Defensive
ball at like in the red zone,
Oh, and then
they're just running it in.
Suck it, Patty. Oh, I thought I was going to be able to outscore you this week, but I guess not.
Outscore me?
Thanks to Adam Thielen.
No,
Yeah,
you're not going to do that.
because I'm one Mr. Adam Thielen.
No, you're going to have another sub-average score and win. So, congrats on that.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not like I'm getting into the playoffs.
You might be. You're a game behind me right now.
Well,
One
your
game.
division is garbage. My division is the pits of hell.
Might
Oh,
be
Danny lost.
garbage.
You're gonna be ahead of him.
Might be garbage, but I've at this point I've got the most points against and I've scored the most. So it's like but I'm sitting at
you're the top. You're the top of the heap of garbage.
but I'm at 6 and 5, so I don't know fantasy football. So I mean, last year I got lucky with schedule though. At the same time, like I didn't score well, but I had a good record. I just like some schedule relief. Like it'd be nice not having to score 150 to win.
You've got schedule relief. You've got Nick and Patty in your division.
Patty put up 160 points on me in week 1.
Really?
You want to hear?
Hilarious.
Do you want to hear the score? Like, well, this is really boring, I know, but we're on break, so whatever. You're gonna hear it. Here's the
I was
opponent's
gonna hear it
scores
anyway.
against me: 157, 170, 130, 115,
170.
129, 167, 116, 136, 120, and 141, and then this week's gonna be about 150.
Yeah, I've had the lowest score two of the weeks, and my highest score is 132.
The lowest against me has been 115. So, yeah. And I actually won that game by a half a point.
115 is like my second highest score. I wish I could.
Yeah,
get
last week was your high score.
Yeah, I finally made it past league average. Huzzah!
No, I think you finally caught up to league
I
average.
feel like
wouldn't
Troy
say you
gave
would
us
be
a
out.
reprieve by opening the door underneath. He's like, these guys aren't getting anywhere, so I'm just going to open the door so they can get
I
out.
must
No,
eventually.
that whole thing was played legit.
Okay.
Constitution rolls were clutched there. We didn't have any single digits.
Welcome to level 8.
Yeah, we had a lot of help. I mean, you know, between
The
your
advantage was
aura
big.
and then the advantage from the gusts, it was awesome.
Yeah. We're doing our job so far, Jingle. We're protecting the party.
I didn't take 1 point of damage. It's fantastic.
Nor did I.
No, I
No,
took a couple, nothing crazy.
nothing serious. Yeah.
About 9.
Even if I take it some, I'm also. It turns out I am resistant to poison.
All right, so we got these statues over here.
Yes. So, what do I see whilst I poke at them and see if and to refresh, I was looking to see if there was anything
Look back, I don't have his camera, so I don't know.
Yeah, Nick's here.
in common about them collectively, or if one had anything different than the others.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the statues, obviously they look different because they look like different creatures. But other than that,
Right.
they seem to be made in the same style, potentially even the same sculptor. They're certainly set up in the same way. You don't notice anything distinctive that would seem out of place, other than you only see 8 of them.
I'd also like to ask Gaxif to come over and see if he could detect magic, and I'll step out whilst he does that. Unless
Every
he'd like
time,
to
because he gets really creepy rubbing on these things to try to detect it.
get as creepy as you need to get.
Can I
It gets
hear
really
him?
uncomfortable.
We're
You
still
do
in the
you.
room here. Like, how open is this bottom? How open is this door next to us?
Hey, you might want to get out of the poison trap. Just saying.
How open is this door next to us?
Well, it's 10 feet wide, so it's pretty.
Oh, it opened up all the way?
Stone block. Oh yeah, the stone block opened up all the way.
Yeah, I'll hop out too.
Yeah. I'm out. Woo! That was fun.
Glad you enjoyed yourself.
Okay. So,
Remember that time we fought that green dragon and he breathed that poison on us? Man, that was just like that.
yeah, it was just like it was just
Stuffed
like
a bunch
that.
of gauze in its face.
Yeah. Gauze, man. You can never have to like duct tape. You can never have too much of it. All right, so what's the plan?
Well, I'd like to again suggest that you come over and take a quick look at the statues and see if you might detect magic.
Okay. I go there and detect magic as a ritual again.
Okay, so you do detect an aura of divination magic around each of the statues.
Hey, there's magic on the statues.
No. Okay. I guess I was hoping for something a little bit more specific. But
Well, I mean, that's exactly what this shit does. I mean,
divination magic?
That's like magic that can see from far away, magic that gives you visions, magic that it divines things. You know how it goes.
I love how it's like a thin sheet
It's like
of
weed
lead.
killer. It divines things.
Like lead in this realm still blocks radiation. That's what I love.
Can we bring the puzzle cubes back over here and light these things up again?
Yeah, they are still in the entrance.
Okay, can we? So I'll go and pluck them out of the door.
Okay, and they actually come out this time.
Okay, and then head back in.
Okay, as you head into the hallway, all of the receivers light back up.
Right. Okay.
Yo.
So the only magic I saw
Am I
was
gonna
coming
go-
from the statues
am I gonna
themselves,
map
right?
this line?
So there was 2 questions there. So, you only saw statues, magic coming from those statues, correct? Andrew, you had a question?
I have the map misaligned. Like we're like 4 or 5 tiles north of where the shadow of war is.
I think you might have to reload your browser.
Yeah, all right.
Normal.
Okay, I'd like
I'm
to.
gonna go back into this room, into the room up north, to the poison room.
Okay. Yep.
I'm holding out the snail foil cube.
You don't have it.
I thought-
Ketchum has it.
Oh, sorry. Can I? All right.
Just a moment.
You guys want to just call
like
the module? Just end it here.
I'd like to trade places with Gaxif
Sure, man.
Okay.
and investigate. Like, is there any? Yes, I'd like to investigate the wall.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna do it anyway, but all right. Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check with advantage.
Okay. Where's my thing? There it is. It's something's here, guys. Something's here. I can sense it.
Okay. Good job. Maybe.
All right.
Negative.
With
So
advantage.
you find
Nothing's there.
it's fine.
Roll it again.
You find that there's a false door made of stone at the end of the hallway that you're able to slide away and
It just slides. Just like that.
slide.
Oh.
Click.
Okay. And so what's back there?
Oh,
Another alcove. This time with the statue of the flail snail.
Okay.
And the brazier does appear to be lit up. You also see there's a golden pendant hanging off of the flail snail statue.
Grab it.
Word. Yes, I
Shove
will
it in the
grab it.
mouth.
I'll put it on.
Okay. Okay. Put it on.
And turn it into dice to roll.
You are now cursed.
How much can I trade it for?
And then how much is it worth? Do I know?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
It's
No, it's
there it is.
gonna
I'd
tell
like to ask Gaxif to detect magic on the pendant. Actually,
Get real nasty with it.
Okay.
get all up.
Bring that pendant over here.
magical.
Pendant. Mm.
So are you going to spend 10 minutes rubbing it?
Yes. Yes, I am.
Get that thing out of your mouth.
Touching my chest, massaging it.
So
Can you detect magic
minutes.
on me?
Catcher, make an arousal check.
10 minutes later,
I succeed.
Hey, what's going on down there?
10 minutes later, Gaxif, you determine that it is imbued with kind of divination magic. It radiates
Sweet.
an aura of divination.
In that case, I'd like to try to identify the pendant.
Okay. Also as a ritual,
Yes.
Oh.
she spent 10 more minutes rubbing it.
Where are we going? I mean,
We're all day out here, man. We got
And he's
nowhere
just
else to
fondling
be.
everything he can get his hands on. This halfling.
We got no place else to be.
Ugh.
Okay.
It'd be a fucking miracle if we ever
could take
make
a
it
short
inside
rest.
this tomb.
Okay. So you you identify it as it is a magical amulet. It's used in divination magic to basically be be drawn. It's almost a kind of ward spell where it's being drawn to another source of magic. It's like there's like a pairing where you can have like a point A and point B, and you can have the item be point B and it's drawn to point A.
Okay.
It's a Horcrux.
I will keep it on, walk, and let me know if it does anything. I'd like to walk out of this
What's it
tunnel.
gonna do?
Be drawn
Starts like
to
dancing like
something,
Beetlejuice? What are we talking about here?
Be like a Witcher amulet or something. I don't know.
No, I'm with you.
But
All right.
I'd like to walk out of the statue tunnel.
Okay.
And
You can move yourself.
okay. Walking.
You've got to drop your character before I can see what you do change.
Let's see. I'll just sidestep Gaxif over here.
Okay, so as you get there, you can feel
cool.
a tug, and everybody else, you can see the amulet actually rise up in the air as it strains against the chain, and it's pulling you to the west.
Towards the obelisk?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll go to the obelisk.
Still pulling you towards the west.
Touch the obelisk.
Go to the other side of the obelisk.
Still pulling you to the west.
Follow
there's
me,
like a bush
everybody.
back here. God damn
I
it.
think we're on to something. Okay.
Still pulling you to the west.
Throw it up in the air and see where it goes.
Still
Okay.
pulling you to the west.
The hell?
Still pulling you to the west.
Warmer.
Pulling you to the north.
Behind the
Okay.
bushes.
Can I like dig into the bushes here?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
And so what you find is that as you start to poke around in the bushes and you start to feel against the cave or the cliff wall is an illusion, and your hand passes right through it.
Ah.
Tricks
Okay.
of the horrors.
Cool.
And as you do that, the illusion fades. So just a second here.
I'd like to call the party over and establish marching order.
Nasty.
Can I move?
Jingle's here, little man. Jingle's here.
So Ketchum, what you see? Did I? Okay, you're still there, right? Yeah. You can see your token.
Yeah.
So behind as the illusion fades, behind there you see a short tunnel, which ends at a slab of. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Nope. So as it fades, you uncover an archway in the cliff face. Stone skulls peer down from the lintel, and old bones litter the threshold. As light strikes the entrance, a swarm of bats screech out from within. At the end of a short hallway, you see a slab of worked stone blocking the overgrown tunnel some 20 feet from the entrance. Grinning skulls mark the edges of the slab, in the center of which are 9 cube-shaped cavities arranged in 3 rows of 3.
Oh my god.
Again with this.
Now we go get the cubes. Bring him to the real door.
Go get him, Jeremy.
I'm holding him
Oh, you have him. That's right.
because I took him over to the statues. Hell, might as
3
well.
rows of 3 though.
I'm as tired of this as anybody.
3 rows of 3.
So,
We'll
I'll.
put the snail in the middle.
If I walk up there, can I see further?
Oh
into
yeah,
the,
good call.
It's still showing. It's still showing black to me.
Is it? Let me. Oh,
Yeah,
you
I
know
still
what?
see
Yeah,
black.
just a second. I've got to do my dynamic lighting change
It
here.
was a red door, but then it now turned.
It was a red door. Now it's a black door.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. So I'll
Very
I'll
similar to
call.
Hallway of Death.
What fresh hell silhouette is behind this door? I guess I'll call Orvex over to make sure that I've got the order right and put the snail in the middle, but otherwise the same pattern that we did.
I make a very loud, audible inhalation noise, having been holding my breath since before.
Okay, so who's going to be up there with you?
I will be.
Well, Orvex would be behind me, I guess, because I'm asking him
Okay.
like to confirm.
Yep. And Jeremy, you're
My
going up
pattern.
next to the door?
Yeah, I'll be up at the front.
Okay. Where's everybody else?
Can I move myself? Is that okay?
Yeah, but
I
just
am
need
where
you-
I am.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I'm going to hang outside the hallway.
Yeah, maybe not hang out in the murder basement this time.
Okay.
Ugh.
Boom.
Oh,
Wow. Okay. So snail flail in the middle.
in the middle. I can't touch anything here.
Oh, can you
Or
not
can
touch
I?
these?
I can't.
Nope.
No.
Hmm,
If you
okay.
can, if you can just do it for us in
Yeah, I'll
accordance.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see.
We're working our way towards the
so you
same
guys-
pattern as before.
Yeah, you know our intent, right?
Yeah.
So
So you guys want to do the same pattern, except you want the snail flail in the middle?
yeah.
Correct.
Okay. So
This is 9 cubes anyway. It makes me feel like maybe this is the way in and not another death trap.
all right. So we'll just fast forward past that part.
Okay.
So you guys put all 9 cubes in, dunk, 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 in the same order as last time. This time with the flail snail in the middle. All 9 cubes flare with light, then disappear.
Oh.
Growling like an angry beast, the slab of stone in front of you begins to slide up into the ceiling.
Well, cubes are gone, so if that wasn't right, we're done here.
Catch 'em!
We will be
You gotta
real
go back
estate
to all the
merchants.
temples and get 'em back.
Bad news about the cubes, everybody.
You're the one that's telling Breakbone.
All right.
Well,
So another slab blocks the hallway 20 feet beyond the first door. An iron lever is set into the door's surface with a graven stone skull leering down from above.
Of course it is.
I
Who's
pulled
got-
the lever.
Who's got a 20-meter rod they can poke in there?
Mage hand.
Yeah, mage hand the lever.
How heavy is the lever? There's limits to what I can do with my magic hand.
10 pounds.
Just
I've-
rub it for about 10
I've
minutes.
tested them.
If you can't do it, I'll do it.
Okay, well I'll try to mage hand the lever. Does it look like I need to lift it up to open the door?
So it's another stone slab at the end. I mean it's a lever that you pull, right?
Okay.
And it you don't know what it does, but
I send my
We'll
mage
find out
hand in
in a
and I
second.
pull the lever.
all right. So you and what is the limit on mage hand? Let's see.
10 pounds.
10 pounds.
All right. So you send the mage hand in there, and it pulls against the lever, but it's not able to move the lever.
I'll do it.
My magical hand is not powerful enough.
Dude, get a workout.
My hand's powerful enough. I'll get in there.
So just to be clear, it's at the end of the hallway.
Okay.
He
Go
knows.
for it. Catch him.
I know.
Grim.
That's it. If it's gonna be a death trap, we might as well just
Just
get
to
into
be
it
clear, you have to walk all the way to the end.
already.
All right. So as you get to about here, there's a skull at the end of the hallway, right above the lever. The skull's jaws creak open, and a skeletal hand holding a crystal hourglass emerges from within, and with a click, the timer rotates and the sand starts to tick down into the lower globe of the hourglass.
I think you got like
I
an
haul-
hour.
10,
I haul ass to the lever.
9, 8,
To the lever.
7.
Yep, I follow him.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Any all aboard the death trap
Go.
is coming aboard.
We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go.
Wait, so
All
you
right.
pull the
All
lever.
right. We're pausing there. We're pausing there. Nobody move anything else. Okay.
Looks like it's us 3 guys. Pleasure to die with the both of you.
Okay. So
Oh my
so when you
god.
pull the lever, the the floor beneath you swings open. And
Oh,
two-
great.
2 long
Really should have
channels.
kept Featherfall around. I really should have kept that one.
Ketchum, Gaxif, and Jeremy, the 3 of you start to drop into a pit with below you. You see a bunch of spikes jutting up.
Jeebus.
Oh boy.
So,
I like this guy too.
Ketchum.
Misty
make
step. I misty
dex-
step.
Okay, hold on. I'll get to you.
right.
Ketchum, go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy. Not my my forte. Yeah, it is not. Yeah.
Oh,
+4.
So
Plus four.
as you drop, you're able to grab onto the lever itself and hold on to the lever.
Sweet. Thank you, lever.
All right, so
rod.
so Gaxa, if you do a misty step.
Yeah, back to the previous room.
Let me just double check something here.
Man, you try to pull a lever.
Okay, so you so back to where Jingle.
Yeah, basically right in front of Orvex. Yeah.
So you start to cast the misty step, and for a second it doesn't work, and it feels like it's delayed a bit, or like just not working correctly. But just as you're about to hit one of the spikes, poof, you poof down to this lower hallway.
Strange.
But something weird happened with it. All right, so Jeremy, you are going to take. Well, let's see.
I'm gonna dex save.
No, I guess not.
You take 12 bludgeoning damage as you fall.
Oof.
Okay.
He doesn't get a save?
No, that's just full of fall damage. 2 of the spikes stick right into your body.
Oof.
Okay.
Hold on. And you take an additional 11 damage from as the poison and as from the piercing damage from the spikes themselves, and as poison starts to seep into those wounds.
Jesus.
Oh my.
So what was my total damage? I'm sorry.
Oof.
Your total
23.
damage is 23. You are also now poisoned for the next 24 hours.
Well, this was fun.
That's
I
bad.
like this guy.
That's not good at all.
Just so you know, a poison creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability check.
Oh, okay. It's not a DOT.
It's not a DOT.
Ugh. Guys, watch out for that step. It's like that mountain that we climbed 2 years ago.
Can I step forward and try to
Talking
throw
about
him,
Jim's Mountain?
throw him a rope?
Yeah, you're able to throw him a rope, and Jeremy, I assume you grab onto it, and
Does he
and
tie
you're
it
able to
around
be
his waist?
pulled back up.
No, I just grab. I do not tie it around my waist.
So you're back up, and Ketchum, you're hanging from that lever. There is a small, kind of just a few inches of a ledge surrounding the room, basically to support the hinges of the door panels. But you're dangling from the lever.
Yeah, that's not
I help
great.
him up. I grab him and try and help pull him up.
What? He's all the way on the other side of the room.
Oh, other side of the room. Okay, sorry.
Is the door on the other side still shut?
It is.
Wait, the door near where we are?
No, the door where Ketchum is still shut.
I hand him a piece of gauze.
And the lever was moved? Like we moved that lever?
Yeah,
opened it,
and then
you
the
flipped the
floor dropped down.
No. Did we move the lever or no?
Yes.
Yeah, you pulled the lever.
Okay.
That's what caused. Well, you
I
pulled
guess
the lever,
I'll,
and then the floor dropped.
Just sort of, try to get comfortable up on the lever here. I don't know what to do. I don't want to
Do you
drop
wanna
into the
Pull
spikes.
yourself up.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to pull my. If it's, can I see any way to open the door from where I am hanging here?
All right, so you pull yourself up, and the lever's still in the down position.
This isn't going at all like I hoped.
This should have been a little easy breezy, right?
So you're able to climb back up, and you're like back up against the lever. You're able to hold on to that skull to kind of keep your back pressed against the wall. The door is still closed. The lever's in the down position. The floor is still
Okay.
open.
Well, the last room opened up again eventually. I guess I'll just like hang out here for the time being. I don't I honestly have no idea what I can do. I don't want to fall into the pits. I'll spend some time maybe examining the door, and if it doesn't go up, okay, yeah, I'll pull the lever up.
Okay, so you pull the lever up, and the floor rises back up, and is normal. And the hourglass hand juts back out, flips back over, click, and sand starts to pour from the top of the hourglass down into the bottom.
Can I open the door on my side now?
It doesn't. It's not opening. 9, 8, 7.
I'm gonna hang
6,
tightly onto the lever, but not pull it.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Nice
1.
knowing you.
The stone slab in front of Ketchum starts to slowly rise up.
The trick was to not pull the lever, guys. I did it wrong. I pulled the lever.
Oh my. How crazy.
All
Okay.
right.
Well, I mean, it's in character. One of the character things I put for Ketrum is pragmatic to an extreme. Ketrum always seeks the simplest and most direct solutions.
Pulls all levers.
So, it's you see a lever, pull a lever kind of thing.
All right.
And if that didn't work, then see lever, don't pull lever.
Don't pull a lever, right? Option 2. Okay,
Option 3 is kick the door down.
Option 3 was to take my hammer out and then slowly beat on it for the next half an hour until I made it.
All right. So before you guys move, so as the stone slab rises, a moss extends beyond this second door. Tree roots hang from the sagging ceiling, and the air reeks of rot and damp. Ahead, at the end of the hallway, a bas-relief carving of a bearded devil's face adorns the wall at a T-shaped intersection.
This place
The
is
devil's
awful.
open mouth is a open mouth is a well of utter darkness.
Okay, the art history major in me says it's a bas relief.
Bas relief. Thank you.
Wait, are you really an art history major?
Yeah, I have well, it's complicated, but I have a bachelor.
It always is for art history majors.
I have a bachelor of fine arts. I have a minor in art history and a minor in sculpture.
Okay. And you're in a program.
And I
You're a
write
computer
software for a
programmer.
living. So
Okay.
go
Right.
figure that one out.
All right. I'm sorry, Trey.
You know how to get an art history major off your porch?
Give him a job.
Yes.
Pay him for the pizza.
I can do this. So, all right. Tree roots hang from the sagging ceiling, and the air reeks of rotten.
I'm sorry.
Ahead, a bas-relief carving of a bearded devil's face adorns the wall at a T-shaped intersection. The devil's open mouth is a well of utter darkness.
Okay.
In darkness it hides.
Darkness. Then we need light, guys. We need light.
All right, let's walk it.
Who's got dancing lights or some phantom orb?
We have light cantrips. We're fine.
I can cast my the light.
Gaxif, it seems magical. Could you do something about
rub
that?
all over it again?
Art.
Hey, I'm gonna pass on
darkness
walking
probably-
up to the giant devil face and touching it. If you don't
I
mind.
wasn't suggesting you identify it, but darkness is probably bad, right? It's hiding in darkness. Is there
Are you asking
something
me
you
if
could
darkness
do
is bad?
about that?
I'll walk up to it.
I'm
Okay.
well,
You
out
can
of
move your
character. I'm
All right,
suggesting.
stop there, Jeremy.
Sorry. Control me. Go ahead.
No.
Oh wow!
Phrasing.
Wow! What just happened here? Control me. Say that
All right,
you
so as you
control
step
me.
forward, so Jeremy, as you step forward, you feel one of the tiles beneath your feet go click, and
Oh God!
Then you hear
Bye.
as darts jet out of the wall. Let's see.
Wait, deck save.
Who was the next character to die? Did we ever figure that out? Did we make
The
a
one
bet
that
on
just
that?
runs into things.
Says, oh, fuck it, let's just go do it.
All right, so each dart is going to make a ranged attack. So let's see. This is against your AC. Assume that one hits.
That one does not.
And that one does.
Jesus! +8!
So 3 hit you, is that right?
Welcome to level 8, man.
Yep.
Isn't your attack modifier +8?
All right, take 9 damage. And also make a
Can I use a
Constitution
dodge?
saving throw.
Can I do this?
Yes. But it's only going to be to one of the attacks. So you can take 2 more damage off of it, making it... Well, okay,
7.
you could have... Yeah, I'm making it a total of 7. Yep.
All right, 7, and I make a con save.
Yep.
Do I have disadvantage?
You,
Because I'm
as
poisoned?
being poisoned, would say... No. Disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. This is not an ability check.
Because this is just a con save. Okay.
+3.
Okay, so you do save there.
Okay.
So you're gonna take half of
100 damage. -6.
So you take 6 more damage.
Ugh. Got any more than hands?
If I can, I'd like to pull him off the trap, but at the same time, when I touch him, lay on hands for let's see. You seem like you need a lot. You've been having a hard day. So
Maybe we should pull the spikes out from underneath them that are still stuck in.
the rest of it, 20.
Does
How
that work,
much?
Troy?
Oh yeah. He can pull you off.
So
And
You
he's
hear
only
the
for 20.
you hear the floor click below.
Sorry, guys. That was my bad.
Does the floor come back up?
It was just a trip. It was just a panel.
Oh, that's
Who-
right. That's right.
who's the most observant one among us?
I'd like to actually ask Jeremy to stand back, and I'll step up, and I'd like to cast Find Traps.
That's a good one.
Just a second. All right.
Nice job.
So as you cast it, it's like when you get shocked from touching an electrical wire. All of a sudden you feel like this pain shoot through your hands, and you take 1 point of damage.
But does he see the traps?
We don't care about him. We just want to know.
Let's get down to brass tacks
Yeah.
here. How many traps did he find?
Are the traps now highlighted in red?
No.
Okay, so spells.
So
aren't
nothing
working.
occurs. I still expend the spell slot.
Yes.
Cool.
All right.
Go for it, Jeremy.
Okay. I would like to cautiously start moving forward and investigate the area where I was just standing. Not without standing on the area where I was just standing.
I get it.
I was gonna say I got no more hit points
So
for
is
you.
Is that area surrounded by the shrubbery, by like the underbrush?
Make a DC or make a perception check.
I have to make a perception check to see if something is under. Okay.
Well, I assume you're looking to figure out where the floor plate was, right?
Sure.
Okay, so you do see there are irregularities in the tile pattern on the floor that
Okay.
show you 3 specific trigger plates.
Okay.
Can we mark those?
Mm-hmm.
Where is the next irregularity? Do I see the next irregularity in an area where?
Well, don't you see the X's? The X's are the irregularities.
Do I see the X's?
No, I
do not
don't see
X's.
Oh, you guys don't see that?
No.
No, I see the gaps in the walls.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Whoops.
Oh, it slides.
Well, let me
Whoa.
send that back. Let me try.
Uh-oh.
Not great. Here, I'll just draw.
Well, I'll tell you what. Or yeah, you can just also just answer the question of would I do I see like a pattern that I can walk around to get to the other side of this gauntlet without
You
having
guys
to
still
touch
see
it?
the map?
Yeah, I see the map.
Yes.
Okay.
We see the map. The holes in the walls went away. Still no X.
Okay. Here we go.
But I think it's a safe bet that we'd like to proceed safely down the hallway, if at all possible.
Yep.
There we
Okay,
go.
I see one
X
X.
number 1.
Okay. Sorry about that. I did the wrong thing.
Okay.
How dare you?
But there should also be an X to my. Oh, there we go. Okay.
There we go.
Sorry. That was my
No,
X.
this is just what I see.
I mean, yes, you see this. You see these.
Okay. To the northeast in the shrubbery area, like, is this just dirt or what is this to the northeast?
Yeah, it's just there is shrubbery. This is overgrown. Like it's a dirt floor. And well, it's dirt. Like it's not just dirt. It's like a tiled floor, but like tiles in dirt. And in some of these cases, the even the tile itself has been broken as plant and vegetation has started to like rise up into this hallway.
Okay, I guess the better question would be: can I clearly see with the at least the tile pattern to see that that pattern is not to the northeast?
No, you can't there. But what you can see is that in that case, it appears that the tile has been mostly broken by the vegetation.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and go to the northeast.
Okay.
Do you want to move me or?
Yeah, I'll move you.
All right, and then again, like I understand that I can see down that far, but I think just for playing it out is what I want to do is just cautiously keep moving forward, navigate and looking out for any kind of other irregularities in the tiles as I'm moving forward, making sure to avoid the irregularities that have already been flagged as do not touch.
Okay, so you make it to the end of the hallway by avoiding those 3 X's, basically the irregular tiles, and you're able to get to the end.
Okay.
Hold up one second.
Guys, it looks like just follow the path that I did, and you should be fine.
Okay. Stay there if you wouldn't mind. I'd like to go up next to him.
Okay, so you follow his path.
Follow his path, but then stand to his right.
Okay.
Okay, and then I would like to use my divine sense.
Okay.
Which I will just post. Do I sense anything?
Let's see here. 60 feet, huh?
It is 61 feet.
Okay, you sense quite a bit of undead.
Oh no.
Okay, well I know the location, right?
Yep. You also sense a fiend. So okay, so
hell.
So all right,
Group up, everybody.
Hold on. So sorry, this is going to be a bit of a long answer. You sense 6 undead to your west.
Okay.
Roughly 45 feet to your west. You
Okay.
sense
Everyone get out your ruler.
one undead to your north, roughly 30 feet.
30
You
feet to my north. Okay.
maybe more like 50.
Okay. Okay.
And you sense a fiend from about 10 feet to your north.
Oh hell. Oh hell. Okay.
Oh, why doesn't it go? The drawings go underneath the fog of war.
Mm.
No, but he said darkness is pouring out of the mouth. So I want Gaxif back before I do anything else.
Jingle and Admin Zig, what are you guys doing while we wait?
So the devil's open. So ahead, a
So-
base relief carving of a bearded devil's face adorns the wall at a T-shaped intersection. The devil's open mouth is a well of utter dark.
So, Gaxif, what you missed is while you were gone, I did my divine sense. There's 6 undead about 45 feet to our west. There's one more undead about 50 feet to our north. And there's a fiend 10 feet away from me,
To the north.
probably in the devil's mouth. So I would like that darkness to be not there anymore before we do anything else. Can't hear you.
Sorry, my kid woke up. Sorry. Can I get to them? Like, can I roll up right behind Ketchum, kind of slide my way through these X's, like around the traps that we know are there? I'd like to kind of
Yes.
S my way up there.
Yes.
I'll step up too to be up here, just to be in the.
Thank you. Yeah. There may be something unfortunate about to occur.
And I'd like to cast See Invisibility.
Interesting. Okay. Okay, you can now see invisible things, but you do not currently see anything.
Yeah, it's not invisible, it's in the darkness.
It hides in the darkness.
It's hiding in the darkness.
Okay.
That's me. That's my keyword for my fire sword.
And it's high. We think it's where?
In the
We think
darkness.
it's 10 feet directly to north. So
I could not be clearer.
All right.
Yeah, you could. It's 10 feet to the north. I guess.
It's 10 feet to the north. It's hiding in the darkness.
You could be a lot clearer than that.
So what does the darkness look like? It's a well, you said, that goes down?
it looks like my old friend.
So
Well
here,
done.
you know what? I've actually got a thing that I can show you.
Is it going to be a blue?
So we're just looking at like a giant...
Ah, there it is.
So it's like that, except the mouth itself is just pure blackness. You cannot see anything into it.
How
Right.
big is that? How big is the mouth?
It's quite large, right?
Oops.
So
And
the
darkness
mouth-
5
is
feet, 10
high.
feet.
no. The mouth itself is probably a 1 foot diameter.
Okay.
I shoot a
Maybe-
ray of
maybe
frost into the mouth.
Okay.
That's a very recto thing to do.
No, he's not punching it.
That's true. Well, Recto didn't punch things either. He just shot his.
I've been told there's a fiend in there that wants to kill us. I'm going to shoot in there.
Nobody said anything about killing us. I mean, this.
Yeah, no one said anything about killing us.
You
There's
know,
a fiend in
it's
there.
kind
Okay,
of
you're right.
presumptuous of you to think that this.
It
thing
could be a
wants to
friendly
kill
fiend. I suppose it could be. You're right.
us. Yes. Yeah.
In the arch.
Jingle has seen a lot. Jingle has seen a lot.
If that's
It's a
in that
very
case, I
obvious-
apologize for shooting it.
As soon as the ray of frost passes the threshold into the blackness, you can no longer see it, and you listen and hear nothing.
Thump.
Goes
You
into
don't see the
another
darkness
dimension.
anymore?
Well, you still see the darkness, but you don't see the ray of frost anymore. The ray of frost,
Oh,
kind of,
okay.
as it goes into that blackness,
Alright.
it's passing a threshold, and you cannot see it.
Can I detect magic again?
Yes, you
rub it. Go rub the darkness.
you can sense and yeah, so that's gonna use a spell slot.
Ritual.
So you're gonna spend 10 minutes doing this?
Yeah, I don't
I'm
have
fine
it
with
prepared,
that.
so I
I'm
have
on
to.
alert.
Okay. All right, so you spend 10 minutes kind of divinating over this, and at the end of that, you do determine that face is has an aura of illusion.
Okay.
I inhale again.
Then I dispel it.
Okay. And so this will use a spell slot, right?
Yes, this uses a level 3 spell slot.
All right. Now I'll deal with whatever jumps out here. I'd like to, if he's doing that, I'd just like to set a reaction to once it's dispelled, step up 5 feet.
Okay. So as you dispel it, at first it's like nothing happened, but then you realize that the darkness, while it's still present, is now moving. And a shape erupts out of the mouth. And just a second.
Oh man, 15
I
minutes
cast
left
Destroy
with
Darkness.
initiation.
Hold on.
Is that a
guys.
thing you have?
No.
Oh.
No.
I was just like, why was I harping on Gaxif if you have Destroy Darkness?
Oh god.
And let me see if I can
Oh.
share what this looks like.
Boy.
Are we gonna do this in 15
Looks
minutes?
terrifying based on the
No, we can
icon.
get started.
Well, we sensed it out. The divine sense and the dispel magic, everything worked like it should, except now
Does
there's
anybody
a
have cure poison?
No, I can switch to it if we need to after a long rest. but I do not
Lesser
need
restoration would
lesser
do it.
restoration.
So we also know that there's about 6 undead about 45 feet to the west. So in the next room over,
You-
we're gonna have
You
some
bring
zombies.
it.
to the red squiggly.
Bring it.
How can I put this?
A shadow demon.
It
Fun.
might be friendly. You don't know. It might be friendly.
Could be
It
friendly.
might be.
It looks. Look at it grin.
It kind of looks like a Kevin.
friendly.
I asked if it was friendly.
All right, it screeches in anger.
No,
Uh,
not.
Well,
No,
you
no.
did just blast it with a cold.
So yeah, maybe it was going to be friendly until I shot it with a cold thing.
Probably. It's probably going to be our guide. It was going to show us around.
Yeah, probably.
Here's the foyer.
We've been to the foyer.
There are
We
three.
spent
There are
it.
7.2 bathrooms or 7.5 bathrooms within this chateau.
We spent a good bit of time in the foyer.
This is where Acererak spends his free time.
God, my initiative always
In the
blows
study.
the monkeys.
Oh, by the way, when I cast a spell magic, that's an abjuration spell, so I get this, which gives me 21 extra hit points, temporary hit points.
What?
What?
Wow. All right. Okay.
Dang.
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
forgot I have that too. When he casts magic.
Me too.
All right,
I also
so-
have it.
Actually, technically,
Jingle.
well, we'll see.
All right, Jingle, you're up.
What the? I'm gonna step up. I would like to weave through people, and
Okay.
I'd like to step up to here. I don't know if you want me to move or
I can get you there.
okay. And I'm gonna take a swing at him.
Okay.
And I just real quick, we are inside, right? We are like
That ward
You are
thing is
inside.
awesome.
okay. All right.
Yes, you're in.
That's incredible. You don't need armor. You got an abjuration ward.
It helps.
Doesn't hurt.
So that gives me there's a plus D8 because of my divine strike. So that is additive. The damage.
Okay. All right. So you swing down with your mace and you hit into the shadow, but the shadow kind of molds around it and it screeches, and you see some shadow dissipate. So it seems like it did some damage, but doesn't seem like it did as much as you were hoping.
Okay. Well, we know. Now we know. That'll be the end of my turn.
So wait,
Okay.
hold on, real quick. That was a physical strike?
It was bludgeoning for 7, and then thunder for 6.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take a step up, one to my north, and I want
Oh.
to do.
Yeah, okay, never mind. I can push him back if I do thunder damage, but he can't get pushed back anymore. So, never mind.
So what I want to do is I want to take one step to my north, and then I want to like do a roll to the northeast, and as I'm coming out of my roll, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna swing at him with the flame tongue sword.
All right, make an acrobatics check with disadvantage.
Oh, will I get disadvantage on that too?
You're poisoned.
Everything.
You get
On all the
attack
things.
I
roll.
was just doing that for flair. I wasn't.
That'll teach you to have flair.
I know.
I'll give it to you. You're able to get up here and do your little roll.
Do your little roll.
Do a barrel roll.
Okay.
So go ahead and make your attack roll
attack.
with disadvantage. With disadvantage.
I have it. That worked right.
It did, and so it does hit. So whoosh, you
Whoa.
slash through it, and you see the shadow again, kind
No,
of
it's
just
actually hang on a second. I don't know why it's 46 minus 1. That's not right. Oh, it's not. It's plus -1. Why is it plus -1? It just should be 46. So plus 1 to that.
+1 to what?
My attack roll. All right. So I also get a sneak attack bonus because someone's within 5 feet of him.
Yes. Okay. So you do.
So then I got my 6 attack. So it's 10 plus 9 plus 14. Because I don't. It says
Okay.
plus. It's -1.
So-
I don't know why it's -1. I'm gonna fix that right now. But
So 32. So you do 32. Well, you
32
slice
slashing
through
damage.
it, right?
10
But
slashing.
I get it. 9. Well, it's really 23 slashing and 9 fire.
Okay.
Uh,
Next question.
but once again, it does damage it. It screeches at you, but you don't think it. You feel like it didn't
Oh.
have the full effect.
Okay. That sounds my turn. And I see what the problem is with my roll, so let me fix that while it's Gaxiv's turn.
I am going to hit what's his name? Jeremy Baramy. A protection from evil and good. And what are fiends? And my choice is going to be undead, I think, is what I'm going to. Oh no, fiends.
Okay.
Protected from fiends. Sorry, it's right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Jeremy.
Yeah, Jeremy will be the one that I protect with that.
Okay. Good. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
All right, Ketchum.
Thank you.
Well, fiend's gonna fiend, I guess. So I will smite it. Smite the bejesus out of it.
Is this what kind of damage is? Oh, so 6 damage. Okay, so
Great.
it hits, and you feel like the mace, or what are you using here?
It's a warhammer.
Okay, the warhammer. You feel like once again the shadow kind of flows around it and doesn't fully connect, although it does. You can see some of the shadow dissipate, but then all of a sudden you see this bright light flare up as the radiant damage really takes effect, and it just screeches out in pain.
Right. And I think I've got another attack that I can do.
You do.
Yeah, I do. So well, we'll do it again. Yeah, suck on that, why don't you?
How do you want to do this?
How's that? Yeah, get some. I would like to reach in or sort of move inwards, and as part of the attack, sort of flip the warhammer upside down and take the spike and push it up into its open, screeching mouth, and then have the head explode with radiant damage.
All right. It just turns the light.
Yeah, that's some fucking
All right.
Castlevania shit.
That might have
right
been a
there.
friendly fiend, guys.
Yeah, we never
Well-
talked to
Well,
it.
we don't know,
Uh,
guys. Someone already
again, his
has
name was
that
Kevin.
first.
All right.
That's
and it
not
dissipates-
friendly anymore.
It dissipates into nothingness.
Cool. I
What
only
is
have
the darkness
more.
that's inside the mouth of the gargoyle demon thing? Is it still dark in the mouth of it?
It is not. No, it is now an empty stone opening, and as you peer inside, you see a stone hollow, a small room, maybe 8 feet by 8 feet, that it appears that the shadow demon had been inhabiting.
I'd like to check it out.
It was his bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
You wanna, like, crawl inside?
Yeah, see if there's any fun loots in there.
We got a halfling. Get in there.
What's gone wrong with Ketchum checking for loots after killing an enemy? I mean,
I exploded.
Remember the time that we fought that dragon and Kitron went through his horde and then the dragon
this
maybe
guy,
attacked it?
he never learns.
I explode its head. I get its stuff. That's the rules.
Kitron Jenkins!
Ketchum, make a perception check.
Okay,
You guys remember that time that Ketchum fell down the mouth of the giant squid, and we didn't see him for like 2 days?
Came
Yeah,
out the hard way.
That was pretty gnarly, wasn't it?
yeah. This like that was right near Borskier Bridge, wasn't it?
Good job.
All right, so you see a lot of you don't see any equipment, you don't see any items or any value. You see a lot of scratches in the walls.
Okay. Do they look
deep
like
gouges?
Do they look like any sort of pattern, like a language or calendar?
No, these are very clearly like kind of feral styles, dogs scratching at the door kind of gouges.
Okay, so nothing of merit. All right, I'll crawl right out of there then. Just tell them all it looks like an animal hole in there.
All
The
right.
hell
I
is
think
that thing
that's-
to the east?
We're gonna find out next week.
Yep, that's where we'll leave it
Well,
for
it's
this
not-
week. Welcome to the tomb.
It's not
Good
undead.
job.
I can't. I was like, are we ever gonna make it in here? Are we gonna spend 4 sessions trying to find our
Kill
way?
one party, then try to be like, okay, your next party,
Guys,
you're halfway
guys,
through the
so this
tomb,
party
and you're level
wouldn't
10.
be here till, like April of next year.
Yeah.
So speaking of leveling, you guys are now level 9.
What?
Whoa!
Really?
Yes, really.
Dang, that fiend must have been a
Okay.
bigger deal than we thought.
This is
But
because
this-
Troy really wants to pull out
No,
like
no.
all the stops.
No,
Yeah.
but I will tell you that's the last of the
The
freebie
insta levels.
The insta levels.
Yeah, we got a while now. I get 2 more spells now.
okay.
Fuck yeah.
Basically, you're supposed to be level 9 to start the tomb.
Okay, well,
What is the deal with our current hit points and statuses after leveling up?
I'm freaking rolling right now.
I don't think that changes at all.
Nope.
Spell
you'd add
slots don't change unless we get a new one.
you'd add the hit die that you gained.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
7.
Oh, and
But no, you're still poisoned. Yeah.
proficiency bonus goes up for
Proficiency goes to
everybody.
+4 for everybody now.
Oh, I'm already +4.
Although
Well, no, you were
wrong.
Well, that's because you moved up from 8 to 9.
Well, let's find out. Nope. Oh yes. Look at that.
Yeah.
Automatically. Automagically, even.
So let's
I'll
see.
take a 5.
Add
Ooh,
9.
I get a 5th level. spell.
Your minimum
Yeah, I
should
get
be
a 5th
above
too.
that, Nick. Your minimum is probably at least 6.
Really?
Yeah, there's a minimum for each.
I mean, if you only want 5, that's fine.
Cool.
I
Find
haven't
some
even
balance.
looked at the 5th level spells.